Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Trey's Trades. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We're on episode 38 now. God, it is great to have everybody here. Drop some gorillas in the chat if you are rocking with the Gorilla Gang. Great to have everybody here today. We're going to be doing a little different of an episode. So AMC has been having a little bit of a rough day. The whole market actually took a bit of a beatdown right at market open. If we pull up the NASDAQ here really quick, you can see that we had it was down 2% at one point. Look at that nasty wick underneath this daily candle. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Not what you like to see. Not what you like to see, but we did see a nice little bounce. If we change this over to a 1 minute chart, you can see that it had a beautiful, beautiful bounce. This would have been the open right about here at 9:30 EST. It's crazy, crazy sell-off followed by a nice bounce, and now we're doing a little bit of consolidation. And what I'm doing right now is a little bit of scalping and a little bit of day trading on a couple different stocks. I know that people always love when I do that, but I'm doing some scalping on a couple different stocks and having a little bit of fun with the market while we're in this little bit of a downtrend here in the NASDAQ. So one thing that I want to preface by saying is, I do have I purchased 75 shares of RKT, and I'm scalping my position so that I can kind of slowly but surely lower that loss, that P&L that I'm currently sitting on. Currently down about $1,500 on this, and I just scalped it for a pretty decent little gain. I made about $200 on my last scalp. I entered at the break over this level of resistance right here, and I sold right around here at about 28.28. So that would have been about $1 gain per share with 77 shares at the time. So not a lot of size, but we did okay. We did all right. But nonetheless, AMC does have SSR in place now, from my understanding. I think it was down 10% at one point. We're going to back it up and just take a quick peek and see what that's looking like. So just backing up and looking at the close from yesterday, we closed at what would have been $8.58. So we need to drop 10% from the previous day's close in order to trigger that SSR. And we did hit $7.50, which in my eyes would end up hitting that SSR. I don't know what the math is off the top of my head, but I do think that we ended up hitting that SSR. So that is a good thing to see. As I'd mentioned, though, this is going to be I wouldn't say a different podcast, but we are going to be doing a little bit of scalping. We're doing some day trading because I was supposed to do land nav this morning, and for those who aren't a part of the Discord, you probably don't know, I had another flare up in my eyes. I've been up since like 2 in the morning. I ended up going back to the ophthalmologist, and they gave me an increase on my prednisone eye drops. They're steroid drops, and essentially what they do is they help the inflammation and stuff. So I'm not sure if you can even see right now. I'll take off my my headphones and just take my glasses off, but my right eye is what's really giving me issues right now. My right eye is having some, it's just terrible. It's not it's not hanging good at all, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So while we're chilling, I am going to I'm just gonna be scalping some stocks. So if you guys have different things that you want to have on the radar, stocks that you're looking at, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, what I usually look at are 2 things. I'll look at the volume. I'll look at stocks that have the most volume, and then I'll look at the percent of turnover. And the turnover will tell you how many times a stock is trading hands. So that's a good thing to see. I do have my my cup of Gorilla Juice rocking in my, what it is. It's a George W. mug rocking right now. So it's treating me good. I'm drinking that water. Drop a thumbs up on the video if you have not already. Do it for the Gorilla Gang. It's free. It's simple. It helps out the channel. I don't really care about it. I'm not that shallow, but I'll tell you what, it really does help out the algorithm and whatnot. So right now, like I said, I took a 75 share size on Rocket. I purchased in at $28.15. I'll come back over here to my account, show you my orders, see if they pop up here. So filled orders, I purchased into Rocket, 75 shares, $28.19 was actually my average price. So that's what I'm rocking right now. And I'm going to be watching for a little bit of a price rejection. Got in at $28.19, almost up $1 per share on that. And I'll be looking to sell those for a small gain. My strategy here is to scalp this stock so that I can slowly and surely drop that P&L out from the red. I put out a video talking about RKT, and I said, guys, this looks solid, and it didn't end up, it obviously didn't end up doing what I thought it would. So I am, I took off my stop loss. Maybe you think that's stupid. Maybe you think that's not stupid. I don't really care. I did it because I realized that I probably made a lot of people bag holders. And if you're a bag holder, I'm bag holding with you. And what I'm going to do to combat that is dig myself out of that hole in a smart and strategic way with some good old technical analysis. My favorite, the bread and butter, baby. So, yeah, you know what it is. Thank you everybody tuned in right now. I'm just going to read out some of these super chats. Hey, Trey, I'm having trouble seeing the W's on the chart compared to an M on the chart. Oh, man. You hit it right on the head, dude. You hit it right on the head. Switch the coffee juice for a soda. This isn't coffee, man. It's gorilla juice. It's gorilla juice. It's gorillas don't drink water, so we call this the gorilla juice, baby. I've cut back on caffeine significantly though, so don't worry. Don't worry. Jez Armstrong says, please looks at 88 Echo. Heard it was good to invest. 88E. I've never heard of that. You got to give me a ticker on that, my friend. Show me a ticker and I'll check it out. 750 shares of AMC at 760. Not a dead cat. I sell when Trey sells. Brother, you already know what it is. I watched a video this morning, and I can't remember whose channel it was on, but he said, if you can't handle the ups and downs of this stock, maybe this isn't for you, right? The time frame on this might take some time to develop, and that's okay, right? It is what it is. So I'm seeing a little bit of price rejection now, so I'm going to sell out my 75 shares and take that small profit. I might leave a little bit on the table, but I'd rather lock in that profit. So we're going to come back over here to my account, and I'll show you guys my orders. You can see that I purchased in at 28.19. I sold at 29.07. So a small scalp, made a little bit there, took a little bit off the table, and I lowered my overall dollar cost average down to 33.33 in order to break even now. So this has been my strategy. This is what I'm looking to do on RKT. We are in your corner, brother. Thank you, Jungle. I appreciate that, my man. Jason Helm says, what is the best way to proceed if you have call options expiring out of the money this Friday? AMC at $10 strike paid 60-cent premium on this. So that's $60 per contract. You're sitting pretty good. You're not sitting too bad right now. So personally, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if AMC is going to end up hitting $10 by Friday. That's tough to say, especially expiring in the money out the money, this week. It's risky, right? And that's why I purchased my AMC contracts in the money, because then I have the opportunity, if I would like to exercise those, which is my personal plan. I want to exercise those contracts so that I can lower my overall dollar cost average on AMC. If I was you, you know what maybe I would do is, while you have a little bit of intrinsic value left in those contracts, is take the loss, right? So that you have that free capital, and then you can purchase some more shares out a little ways, or I shouldn't say shares, some options with a farther out expiration date. So just watch for that. That'd be my opinion, my friend. Twisted Manifest, thank you, my friend. Stay healthy, brother. Stay hydrated. You already know what it is. I'm drinking that gorilla juice. Hey, drop a thumbs up on this video. Smash, annihilate, play with, fondle that like button. It really does help the channel out. I tell you what, we've had a pretty solid morning here so far. Outside of my eyes, I've been up since 2 in the morning. I haven't even had a coffee. Actually, I had one Diet Dew, and I'm still about halfway through it. So not a lot of caffeine, but that's all right. That's all right. All right. So, Essential Hard Worker says, I purchased one $10 call option for March 19th. Is that a good thing in your opinion? Not too familiar. So, the premium on a $10 call option is going to be a lot cheaper, which is good, right? So if we come out here to March 19th, and you can see that this is actually the date of the quadruple witching, there's a crap ton of unusual options trading. You can see there's a lot of open interest here, 50,000. And while this doesn't guarantee anything, options contracts can be a good way to predict future price action, because there's a lot of people that think that AMC is going to hit that $10 strike. 50,000 people to be exact, right? Or at least 50,000 contracts. I shouldn't say people, but that's still huge, right? That's definitely big news. Check what Genius is doing right now. Is Genius hammering? We got to check this out. Oh, dang. Look at this. Look at that crazy volume. What was the news? CEO newsletter. That's pretty nice. I might try and play a dip trade on this. Okay, so what are we looking at right now? We have an ascending level of support in terms of technical analysis. We're trading above the VWAP. I don't usually use the VWAP on my long-term technical analysis stocks, right? Because the VWAP is only really good for day trading. It gives you kind of an idea of momentum and levels of support and resistance. So anytime that you're over this VWAP on a daily trade, like you're scalping a stock, right? That tells you that you're in pretty good bullish territory. And the volume's definitely falling through. We got a crap ton of volume flowing in on this right now. I'm going to watch for a bounce off of this level of support right here, and then a dip trade. So we're going to see how this ends up playing out. I'll take a size of about 1,000 shares on this, looking for that bounce off of the level of support. That ends up coming, I will look for a test of a break over this double top right here at about 206. This could be a buy the hype, sell the news kind of play, but that news article did come out about 2 hours ago now, so that's not bad. That's not bad. I see people asking about Sensonics. Sensonics is selling off because there's a crazy amount of sell-off happening across the NASDAQ. It had a little bit of a bounce here. We're up about 0.33% right now, but nonetheless, a lot of stocks took a beat down because of that. I'm going to be watching this pretty close here now. Looking for that definitive bounce. So once we get that bounce, I will make the buy I want to see that definitive bounce off of that level of support. I'm okay paying 1 or 2 cents more in order to ensure that we get the setup that we want on a scalp. My stop loss is going to be about a buck 90. So I've got a pretty thin stop on it. I feel pretty good about this. So we're rocking. I bought it at $1.99, so it's hitting that $2 right now. I'm going to be watching for a test of 206, and that is where I'm going to take, if it bounces, I'm going to take my small profit. If it pushes, I'll keep riding. My stop loss is going to be at $1.90. All right, so we got Maximus Decimus 87. What's up, brother? Love your energy. What's your thoughts about XTNT? I'll take a look at that in just a minute here. I'm going to focus primarily on this trade that I'm in right now. So we're looking for a bounce off of this level of support. If it holds up there, I don't feel too concerned. Currently, I'm down about 17 bucks on that. My AMC call options have been getting schwacked. That's okay, because that's not why I purchased them. I purchased those so that I could dollar cost average down on my total AMC position. All right. Raise Energy says, check out Bile. So I'll come back to Bile here. I'll just take a quick peek. I do want to keep this in the back of my eye, but I'm assuming Bile is having a small sell-off. Yeah, not even a small one. It just has a hard sell-off. So Bile does have SSR in place now. It dropped 10% from the previous day's close, which means that it triggers the short sale rule. It triggers those circuit breakers, right? So with those circuit breakers in place, it makes it more difficult for shorts to short the stock on a stock, right? So you can only short on the upticks instead of on the bid, right? So it just makes it more difficult for shorts to add to their position. I think it'd be a good opportunity to buy in. So just based on when we trigger that SSR down at 76 cents, you can already see it's about at 79 right now. I wouldn't day trade this. That's still a long-term stock in my opinion, but I think you're gonna be sitting okay. I think you're gonna sit okay. That's a long-term stock. That's one that you got to be patient with. Definitely got to be patient with Bile. I think the time will come, especially if they end up, the commercialization of their waterlay system goes well. You're gonna be sitting pretty dang well. So it looks like we're testing right now this ascending level of support. We're watching for a definitive bounce, and like I said, if it does not get that, I will cut my losses small. Currently down about 1.75%, and the trick with trading, and I'm going to pull the trigger here. That's a hard break. So the trick with trading is that you want to cut your losses small and capitalize on the runners. So I took a small shot here at Genius. I'll wait and I'll come back to that. Nonetheless, so I took a small loss. I think that would have been about 36 bucks or something. But that's all right. I'm not stressing about it. I'm going to come back to RKT. That one has some pretty nice movement here so far today. SLGG, my only green on the day. Keep up the good work. I actually, I made a little bit of money off of SLGG today. Look at this go. Holy Toledo. 708. The volume's really starting to pick up too. Look at this. So what are we looking at right now? We got a test of $7.16 and we got the push. So I'm going to take a small size on this. I'm going to watch for it. Not 10,000 shares, though. I don't want 10,000 shares. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. So I want to see a little bit of a pullback. Otherwise, it's a pretty hard chase. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. So I'm watching SLGG right now for that pullback. I'm going to take a hit. Oh, it's already up too much. Look at that. I got to lower my size. Look at this go. That's a dirty candle. The volume on this is going nuts right now. It hopped up extremely high. Currently sitting at 728. On the level 2s, we got a pretty large sell wall at 731. So that should act as a pretty huge level of resistance. Oh, I didn't mean to set that stop loss. Man, the more I just keep watching this, the more it goes. So I'm going to watch for that dip trade. I want to see a dip on this, and I'll take a small position for a little gain. We got the break over that level of resistance at, what would have been 7... Let me take a peek. 716? No, about 707. So this is the new high of the day at 750. Looking pretty solid. Level 2s, we got quite a few buyers waiting to step in here. I'd say about equal amount of buyers and sellers. Pretty even spread across the bid, which isn't bad. I'm going to look for a retracement on this. So what is a retracement going to look like? I'm looking for a bounce down to 38% to 50%. Somewhere around 712. Might not get it, though. All right, I'm riding it. In at 760. in at 760, 770 right now. We got, it's got some solid pressure. Look at the volume pumping in on this. On the RSI, it's sitting at 83. I've got the button ready to rock. 772, 73, 78, 79. Look at this squeezing right now. Holy Toledo. It's at 780. Up a little bit here. That's not too bad. I'm not too mad about this. So once I see that rejection start to come, I'll lock in those profits because it has run up a pretty decent amount. I'm up about 15 cents a share right now on SLGG. I think this is a pretty solid stock. And this has, I've seen some rumors pop around. We can talk about this after I exit the trade. But there's some interesting stuff. I'd be interested to have a conversation about what's going on with SLGG. And I am being very careful about this. This is why I'm not watching the chat bar right now, because I don't want to chase this stock. I'm going to take those profits. Ended up selling at 767. So about 7 cent profit per share. I'm not too mad about that. I'll be watching for another pullback in order to get a little better position in that. All right, what's your take on AMC short borrow fee going to 9.56%? DM'd you the other day in Twitter from Punisher Titan. What was up with the reverse green candle? So that's that super high interest rate is happening because the risk for shorts to hold a position and go profitable is a lot higher right now. So the chances of them coming out profitable, since they're so low, you're sitting, they charge more of an interest rate. And that comes from the days to cover, right? So days to cover is the short interest divided by the 3-month average volume. So take that for what it is. Check your free stocks. Webull is now pushing AMC. What? Really? Oh, Matthew Perry. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Let me take a quick peek. Where do you see that? Free stocks. Is it under the influencer program? Or is it under the wheel? Upgrade wheel. Okay, so I gotta back my phone up. I can't read this. Let me know where you see that AMC at, because I don't see it. I bet I could search it and find it, though. Well, I just got a free month of level 2, so that's cool. I spun the Webull wheel. Anyways, I'm gonna check that out. I'm interested. We should check that out. I was checking out the Fort Sill zip code because I don't know what it is, as terrible as that is. Webull free AMC stock. Let's check this out. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, that's huge. Webull handing out free AMC stock when you join. Dude, massive. Look at that. That's something. Epic. Delivery after March 19th. Oh, well, I didn't even think about that. Typically, it takes about 2 weeks for Webull to get you your free stock on the day. So take that for what it is, but I don't think that's the end of the world. That's pretty sick, though, man. I like that a lot. You already know what it is. Webull is pro AMC. We F with Webull, baby. We F with Webull. They are a Chinese company, so take that for what it is. If that bugs you, let that be what it is. All right, so I'm going to be watching SLGG here. We've got a pretty solid level of resistance sitting at 784. Looks like we might get a little bit of rejection there, so I'm going to watch for a dip buy. Coming down to Mr. Dab NY. Love your channel, Trey. What do you think of FSR? Fisker? So Fisker, I'm going to let this dip for a while. Fisker, I've seen some mixed opinions. I've seen some people that say, Fisker is not gonna do too well. Personally, I'd like to do more research on it. But if we're looking at the chart setup, right, we can just take a quick peek at how this is sitting right now. And it's in a pretty hard downtrend, and I see no reason to believe that downtrend has ended yet. I mean, the Nasdaq is seeing a little bit of a bounce, which is good. It's up 0.19% on the day, but I still don't feel comfortable. I want to see a candle wick or a candle bar, I should say, that would signify to me we've broken this trend. Well, that looked like a break probably over this descending level of resistance. So you'd be looking for a wide range candle bar to push over that, and then a secondary candle to open and close above that level of resistance. And that to me is going to say that we are in fact out of that downward trend. So I'm willing to pay a little bit of a higher price so that I can make sure I'm locking in a good deal and I'm not getting stuck holding the bag. You know what I mean? That's just my personal way of doing things. All right, coming back here to SLGG. Gonna watch these dips. Matt Weller, thank you, my man. Axel says, thoughts about Microvision the last week. Microvision is a tech stock, and the tech sector has been getting absolutely crushed. They've been getting slammed. So Microvision is no exception to that, sadly. All right, so hold on a sec. I'm gonna buy this for the break. I might have been too late. Might have been a false break. Might have saved me anyway. No, we got it. All right, I'm playing this as a break play. Broke over the level of resistance. Bought it at 786. Currently sitting at 790. $8. Looking for the push over $8. If we get that, I will be very happy taking those profits. Might have been a false break. We're going to wait and see. We're going to give it a second to test that level of resistance at $8. 787. 89. Looks like we're going to maybe get it. 795, 8. It really wants to push there. We just need the volume to follow through. There it is. We got the break over $8. The volatility's coming. High of that candle is 808 on the level 2s. Looks like it's, I'm not sure if it's rejecting. I want to see that hard push. It has broken $8 though. Currently up about 3% on SLGG on this trade. I look for nickels and dimes, guys. I'm not looking for the home runs. I'm not looking, when I'm trading anyways, I'm just looking for those nickels and dimes because that adds up over time. It's not sexy. It's not sexy just, you know, taking a small gain here, small gain there. But I'll take that every single day because that adds up over time. That's how you build up your portfolio with not a lot of risk, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to dig myself out of this hole. I shouldn't even say dig because it's strategic, it's planned. I'm using technical analysis to get these breaks, but I'm trying to follow up with the most traded stocks with a lot of volume because then the volatility's there, looking for a lot of turnover, looking for those pushes. We get them, you know, it's a way to nickel and dime and make back some losses on RKT, which is a stock that I ended up taking off my stop loss on because I know that a lot of people got stuck holding the bag there. So I'm not digging the strength here. I might take that small gain. Yeah, I'm going to take that small gain. Got filled at 790. So 5-cent gain. I'll take it. Thanks for being so amazing. Thank you, Ghost. I appreciate that, brother. So Microvision, coming back to that. MVIS is been getting smoked along with the entire tech. I gotta slow down. The whole tech sector, right? But Microvision is a long-term stock. This is not a company that you should be paying attention to the day-to-day fluctuations, right? Personally, when this stock dips, I just keep adding. I just keep adding to my position. That's the opportunity that I see here. All right. Let's come back up. I'm gonna scroll back up here. Tyler Wilson, Daddy, chill. I love that, man. I love that. That's gold. That's gold. Thanks for the donation, brother. I'll be sure to stop back over at your channel when I'm all done. Discord is money. Why no answer to my DM? So I have, to be real with you, man, in my Discord, I have probably 200 unread messages, right? It's really incredibly hard for me to get back to everybody. That the purpose of the Discord is to offer you guys when I add to my long-term positions or when I'm swing trading. I don't do day trades in the Discord. I don't disclose that because it's very difficult to you know, in real time be able to update people on that sort of stuff. But the purpose of that is to have a community of investors so that when I'm not around, you know, you can talk to other people who are very intelligent and who can help you with your you know, investing decisions or trading decisions, right? So I do my best, you know, when I have the opportunity to, you know, to chat with people, I do make sure that I can, right? But I try my best, man. That's all I can do. Chuck says AMC hit at least $9 Friday. What if it only hits $8? So the day-to-day fluctuations, my friend, don't stress them too much. The situation is still the same in my eyes with this stock. The stock. I know people always laugh when I say stock. It makes me chuckle. I'm gonna bring up a tab here. So we're just gonna look at the short interest on AMC here really quick. So we're gonna pull up Vortex. And look at the utilization. I heard somebody say that, yeah, it is 98.15%. So the numbers are still the same. Cost to borrow says 5.36%. I don't think that's updated. And the days to cover is going up as well. So if we look at the AMC short interest, you know, according to Fintel, that'll tell us another story as well. And that story is going to be something along the lines of, you know, high cost to borrow. So 250,000 total short shares available. Cost to borrow is 9.56%. It just keeps going up. And it goes up because the days to cover keeps going up as well. So don't pay attention to specific dollar amounts as of now. If you want to pay attention to anything, right, on AMC, let's look at these options, right? What do we have? We've got a lot of option contracts that would expire in the money if we closed above $10. 54,000, 43,000, 24,000, 20, 16, 31, 17, 1,000, right? And that gives potential for these to be exercised, which could have an influx into the market. The issue being, right, that you need for people to have the collateral for those trades. So we can't guarantee that by any means, right? We're looking for that. We're looking for people to have the collateral, and we know that that's not always going to be the case. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So, watching RKT right now, I have been slowly scalping this stock so that I can lower my overall dollar cost average. I've been pretty successful at it. I'm not gonna lie. My dollar cost average was $36.50 before. I've lowered it down to 33.333 with some of the scalping that I've been doing. We had a break. It might have been a false break underneath this ascending level of support. I'm gonna adjust it and take the most recent price action and see if that tells us a different picture. And it does look like it does. So I'm gonna take a small stab at this if it has a micro pullback. I've got, I'll take a 72 share size on this, and I'll look for a break over 29.55 where we got that triple top. So I want to see a small pullback. I want that candle to shrivel back a little bit. I'm going to be looking for, I'm actually going to set a limit on this. I'm going to set a limit for 29, what is this right here? We're going to call it 29.10. So I've got my limit set for 29.10. If it pulls back to that, I'll take the trade. I'll be watching for that push over 29.55. If it doesn't come back to that, then I will cancel the trade and ride momentum over that push over 29.55. 29.55. So, like I said, I'm just trying to ride the momentum here. I'm trying to lower that dollar cost average because I did take my trailing stop loss off. I take a lot of pride in my channel, and I know that there's some people that got caught holding the bag because of some of my advice. Expired calls, buyback timeline. So I've seen a variety of different answers here. I've seen people say, you know, sometime between Monday and Wednesday is typically how it works. But of course, we didn't see that happen. We didn't see a huge influx of shares on AMC come in on what would have been, you know, let me think here. I just got caught feeling goofy trying to think. So my order got filled, by the way. 72 shares at 29.10. So I'm watching for that break over 29.55. But anyways, we obviously didn't see that, right? We didn't see that happen. So take that for what it is. I do think that, you know, maybe there are a lot of people that didn't have the collateral. I think there are a lot of people who trade options, especially with AMC and GameStop, who don't really know what's going on there, right? So I think that affects the game a little bit. I think when you've got a lot of people that don't know how options work, they end up buying those options without truly understanding what they're getting themselves into, and then without truly understanding that, hey, you know, I might actually not have the collateral for this. I might not come out on top, and they don't, you know, you see my point here. So I think a lot of those options contracts, you know, that expired in the money, they didn't have the collateral to make it happen. And that's maybe why we didn't see it happen. But of course, that's speculation. That's speculation. There's no way for me to know, man. All I can do is tell you with the numbers. The numbers, men lie, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. So it is what it is. Trey, this is your neighbor, and if you don't quiet down before... I love that. That's gold. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. All right, so I took a 72 share stake in RKT at 29.10. So my break even is 29.10. I'm down 12 cents on that trade right now. And if you got that break underneath that level of resistance, I don't like that. So I'm taking that off the table. Dollar cost average went back up here a little bit. Up to, actually it went down somehow. So that's confusing, but I'll watch for a better trade. I always like to cut my losses small. So maybe it bounces off of that, but I don't like to take that chance because we can't predict the future, right? It's better to take that small loss on RKT than to, you know, leave it on the table and risk losing more. So that's my personal opinion on why I did that. SSR triggered on AMC today. You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. AMC had a nice bounce. It's recovering very well. It's recovering very well. Look at this. Guys, if you haven't already, what are you doing? What are you doing? Drop a like on this video. If we can get this to 2,000 likes real quick here, that would make me one happy little chicken. Rocking the Naruto hoodie today. I've got my PS4 gaming headset on. Tyler Wilson, if you're still watching this is what I'm working with right now. Your headphones are definitely a lot nicer, but just cooking with Crisco, man. So Rocket's having a pretty harsh pullback right now, and I don't mind that. I like dip trading on scalps. So if we get a good dip and a good bounce, that's not going to bug me too much. What are we looking at in terms of support? Got a huge buy wall. It looks like I got eaten up pretty hard at about 28.56. So that could play as a pretty good bounce trade, and it looks like it might. I'm going to watch and see. I'll wait it out. I want to see how this ends up playing out, and I'll let you guys know. I mean, you guys can watch in real time, I suppose. I'm taking that. 28.50. Filled at 28.50. All right, so it's at 28.55. That I took my 75 share stake at 28.50. I'll be watching still for that 29.55. If it doesn't end up getting that, we get a bounce. I'm perfectly fine taking a little bit off the table and just taking that small gain. So I'm about 8 cents per share on RKT right now on this little scalp. I like to see that bounce, but I wish we would have seen a little bit more here. It's at 28.60. Honestly, I might take that 10-cent gain because I'm not liking this bounce. Filled at 28.55. 5-cent gain right there. Left a little bit on the table, but that's okay with me. I didn't like that candle. When I see it bounce, what I'm looking for is this. I want to see this is a red candle right here. I want to see a green candle that follows up immediately and has a 2 lows high close. That's what this is right here. Either an engulfing candlestick pattern or a 2 lows high close. So if you have a 2 lows high close, what does this look like? It looks something like this. So this would be a red candle, high open, low close, followed by a low open, high close. That's typically a sign of an upcoming bullish reversal, and we didn't get that. We had that long wick on top, which for a day trade typically means you might have a little bit of rejection, and I just didn't feel comfortable with that. So I took a little bit off the table, took that small gain. I'm completely fine with that. Lowered my overall dollar cost average. It's down to 31.61. So by just taking a little bit at a time, you know, the small pennies, the nickels and dimes, I'm slowly dropping that overall dollar cost average. I'm only down $838 right now on RKT, guys. So that's coming together. That's coming together very slowly and surely. Not too bad. RKT smoked my portfolio. It smoked it. Was not fun. Was not fun. All right, just woke up. AMC low today is 750. Any reason for this? Market got crapped on, man. That's the only explanation that I've got. If you look at the NASDAQ, right? The NASDAQ got absolutely schwacked. NASDAQ was down at one point. If we just check out the daily candles, give me a sec. NASDAQ was down about 1.5%, and it's having a nice bounce, which I like to see, actually. It's almost up 1%. It's almost up 1%, so that's my explanation. The entire market took a crap, and AMC was a part of that. Usually AMC holds up pretty well when the market's taking a beat down, but it got pooped on a little bit. Do I pay commission per trade on Webull? It's about 2 or 3 cents. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of commission, thankfully. Thankfully not. I'm going to come back here to SLGG, and this could be an interesting trade. So I'm interested to see. We've got 4 candle wick rejections right here at that 742 mark. So that's not bad. I don't mind seeing that at all. Honestly, this could be a pretty solid dip trade. I'm going to take that. Filled at 755. So I'm watching the sell. I'm going to take small profits. All right. Daddy, chill. That still makes me laugh. All right, John Fields. Hey, brother, can you explain the difference between a George W. and an M and how to differentiate? Too easy, man. Once I finish up this trade, that'll be the first question I answer. But a George W. is a double bottom. All that I'm talking about when I refer to a George W. is two double bottoms, 2 bottom outs, right? And what that tells you that you're likely to see an upcoming bullish reversal. And it's a way that you can, predict an upcoming bullish run. On the flip side comes an M. M for mini, when it should have been set to W for Wumbo. And an M is typically a double top, right? You can think of those as the 2 peaks, and that's typically a sign of an upcoming bearish reversal. It's not a good thing, right? So you're not looking for that. You don't want to see that on a stock. So, it's just a good way to predict. I'm watching this right now. I don't feel uncomfortable as long as this doesn't break that level of resistance, or support, I should say. Sitting at 740. Yeah, bad trade. Cut those losses small. So on that one, ended up selling for a small loss. It would have been about, what did this get filled at? Got filled at 745. So that would be a loss of a couple cents. All right. But that's what a George W is. So if I was to look at an example, this is a George W right here. You got a bottom followed by another bottom. That's a sign of a bullish reversal, which we did get, which you're looking at right here. That's what you're looking at in terms of a technical setup, right? On the flip side, you could have an M for mini, right? So an M is a double top. I'll see if I can find an example of this on a chart somewhere. So this is a double top. This is an M. You got a double top. It tested this level of resistance twice, and that's typically a sign of an upcoming bearish reversal. It wasn't much of one, but we did get a little bit of a sell-off. So take that for what it is. Take that for what it is, my friend. I got really hard when I touched the tip of my cost average on AMC. 4,000 shares. Oh, baby. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. RKT having a pretty harsh pullback right now. Scalped SLGG for profits, going into more AMC shares. You already know, man. That's what I'm all about. I do the same thing. I'm trying to lower my overall dollar cost average on RKT. I've had some success with it. It's down to $31.61 right now. Slowly but surely. It's all about the slow game. Take it a little bit at a time. AMC, baby, let's go. Webull free stocks. Free stocks, baby. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. I'm going to take a quick peek here at some of the actives right now. So on turnover, SLGG is still the highest turnover out of every stock. Yeah, so I ended up playing out. I'd rather take the loss then, you know? That's just personally my play. That's what I would have rather done. When it breaks that level of support, you know, you risk a hard push, especially on those hard moves, right? This is a lot of volume pumping in this. So a volatile move can come both ways. It can push a green candle like this, or it can, you know, do the flip side down, or it can push really hard on the downside. So, you know, I'm all about cutting those losses small and then capitalizing when they run. So that's why I cut SLGG. I'm okay that I left that on the table. I'm all right with that. That doesn't bug me at all. Ignored Keith's like, what are your thoughts on Gorilla? I don't know what Gorilla is. Guys, by the way, if you have not dropped a like on the video, what are you doing? If you're a Gorilla, drop a Gorilla in the chat. You already know what it is. Guys, we're all rocking. We're all cooking with Crisco. We're all just straight chilling. Drink some water. I will get some water. I'll tell you what. Get this to 2,000 likes. I'll be one happy chicken. Let me go fill up some water here really quick. Give me just 1 sec. All right. We are back. We are back. CTRM is getting beat down. I've seen it. I've seen it. I know it is. It's rough. It's starting to have a little bit of a bounce, though. It's at 83.5 cents. Volume, nothing crazy. No crazy volume by any means. VST, up about 4% on the day. Not a lot of volume, though. Not great for a scalp. But it's moving pretty nice. Up 4%. Those are some clean moves, for sure. Ignore kids like Joe Battaglia. I don't know who that is. I appreciate that, though, man. I'm straight chilling. My life is good. I've got nothing but good things to say about how my life is going. So thank you for that, my friend. Appreciate it. All right, so what I'm watching for here, I'm going to clear off this chart. I'm going to clear this off. We're going to start fresh. RKT. I'm going to watch for a break over this descending level of resistance because it's in a pretty harsh downward moving channel right now. So I'm looking for a discontinuation of this downward channel. If we're going to push over this level of resistance, I will take some size. So we'll look at 73 shares, and I want to see that push. 28.12 is what we're sitting at right now. On the level 2s, we've got a pretty large sell wall at 28.26, so that's going to act as a pretty hard level of resistance. Support, 28 bucks, very solid. I might take some size at 28 bucks as well. We'll see. It looks like we might have got that push. So I'm going to nickel and dime this. This is going to be a nickel and dime play. Got filled at 28.22. Gonna have the sell ready. I purchased 73 shares. My intent here is in lowering my overall dollar cost average on this stock. That is my goal. Oh, you guys got it to 2,000 likes just like that. Wickety split. I love it. That's gold. That's some good stuff. Did Bruce say dead cat? I've been asked by a lot of people, but because Bruce was saying that he doesn't think AMC can squeeze. You know, and I think Uncle Bruce is a really intelligent guy. I think he's really, really intelligent. I've got nothing but good things to say about the guy. I feel very, very fortunate that we were able to bring him on to the podcast. I'm not going to chase it. Not going to chase it. Not going to chase it. I've already got my my take right here. I'm going to sit right here. But anyway, I think that Uncle Bruce is a really intelligent guy, but he doesn't spend anywhere near as much time, you know, researching AMC. You know, his cup of tea is GameStop, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. But I just don't agree with that. I don't think AMC is a dead cat. I think right now she's a napping cat. I think that the whole market got crapped on, and AMC took a little bit of a beat down because of it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so on the level twos right now, we've got the most buyers waiting to get orders filled at 2801. Those are getting filled up here pretty quick. 522 shares left, 422. Largest sell wall sitting at 2811. Looks like that got eaten up. So we're looking for a hold over right here, 2776. That'll be my stop, 2776. What I'm doing, if you're just tuning in, guys, I took my trailing stop loss off on RKT because I made a bad call. I put out a video talking about RKT, and I said, guys, I think this is going to be a solid stock. I think it is going to do some good things, and I still stand by the numbers. I take nothing back in terms of the numbers and the squeeze potential. I think it's still there. Not that I'm going to cheat on my girl Amy. AMC is my girl till I die, but you know, RKT, you know, has also squeeze potential. My only thing that I regret is that the timing. It wasn't good timing. So it looks like it is a false break out of that descending level of resistance right here. So I was looking for a small nickel and dime, and I'm not sure if we're going to get it. Not quite sure if we're going to get that. So I took a 73 share size. I'm just going to have that ready by the off chance. Yeah, 73 shares. So 27.75 is my is going to be where I'm watching. Leader Caesar. I have 168 call contract expiring on March 19th. I have 25 at 8, 3 and at 8, 3 at 8.5, and 140 at 40. I know we were 15 days away from expiring. Should I take a loss or log off from my account for now? I don't think that necessarily it's game over, right? I would maybe just take a step back for a minute. I would think about just taking a step back. It's a ways out. March 19th is a ways out. So I'm watching this pretty close right now. It looks like it really does not want to hold that. There's a lot of sellers on the level twos. She wants really hard to hold this. I like the wick underneath this. So if it ends up, I want to see the close of this candle. If we get a shooting star candlestick pattern or a hammer candle, that's typically a sign of weak selling pressure. So we're waiting to see that. Yeah, we're waiting to see something like that. So a hammer candle, if you're not familiar, looks like this. You've got a pretty small body followed by a long bottoming tail or a wick. That's typically a sign of weak selling pressure. And what does this mean? It means that sellers try to push the price down to X dollar sign, and it got brought back up by the buyers to the close of this candle, which would have been right about there. If this is a red candle, or it could be a green candle, right? It could be the exact same thing. So if you see, a green candle, that means that this is the open, this is the close. Sellers try to push it all the way back down, and that's a sign of a pretty solid buying pressure and weak selling pressure. So that's what I was looking for there. And it looks like we've got an engulfing candlestick pattern. So that's what I'm looking at right now. We got an engulfing candlestick pattern. This means that the next candle before the previous red candle is higher, right? It's engulfing that previous smaller red candle. That's typically a sign of an upcoming small push. So we're waiting to see how that plays out. Currently sitting at 27.98. 27.97, 27.95. We're waiting for that push back up over 28 bucks on the level twos. A lot of pretty big sell walls at 28 bucks. So we need some volume to follow through on that. But the candlestick setup is there. The 15 MA is coming and hooking in towards that 200 EMA right now. So if this ends up being a reversal, it could start to parallel those, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that parallel between those two indicators. So we're watching for that push over 28 bucks. Push over 28 bucks should come. That is a psychological level of resistance. Currently sitting at 28, so it just needs that volume to follow through. And we got it, 28.05. So it needs to keep following. 28.10, 28.11, 15, 11. Man, that 75 stop, man. Right down to the nuts. Right down to the nuts. That's crazy. So I am not suggesting that anybody follow my trades. What I am doing right now is just scalping this stock to lower my dollar cost average. My dollar cost average when I woke up this morning was at 36 bucks, and I have been slowly but surely nagging that thing down. Of course, when I sell my position here, it will go back up, but I have been pretty successful in lowering that and mitigating some of my losses. When I woke up this morning, I took my trailing stop loss off. I was down 2,500 bucks because I know that some people got absolutely royally screwed on that. So I left it off. And I let myself bleed with the Gorilla Gang. And I've lowered that down. So now I'm only down to 948 bucks. I will be making that back here slowly but surely. I always want to be transparent, guys. I don't want to BS anybody. When I make a bad timed call, I'll let you know. And that was a bad timed call. Obviously the best purchase price would have been down here at $25. Who could have guessed that we would have seen the NASDAQ bleed as bad as it did? Having a pretty nice bounce here, though. It's up about 0.5% today. High of the day was almost up a full percent, which isn't bad at all. RKT sitting at 28.13 right now. I'm going to have my sell order ready. I purchased in at 28.10. So 73 shares. I'll just have that sitting here. And I'll be watching this pretty close. Sitting at 28.16. So the high of this previous candle, that gives me some confirmation. So we're looking for that high of the previous candle, sitting at about 28.28. So a push over that looks pretty solid. I'd be walking away with about an 18-cent gain on those 73 shares. Currently sitting at 28.26. Waiting for that push. If we get that push, I'll feel pretty good about the trade. After that, we're going to be looking at a level of resistance and a push over about here. Looks like, yeah, that does line up at about 28.30 or so. And it does look like we got it. So we're sitting at 28.30, 34, 28.31. On the level twos, there's a huge buy wall sitting at 28.19. That should act as a good level of support. So I'm going to clear off my charts really quick and just draw that up so that you all can see it. 28.19, and then we got 28.36 as the biggest level of resistance right now. We had a pretty large sell wall right there, and it looks like it might have already gotten eaten up pretty well. 28.36. So I'm not going to be greedy here. I am going to take the profits off the table. I'm nickel and diming this thing, man. Nickel and diming it and trying to just take home as much as I can to lower that overall dollar cost average. It doesn't seem like it adds up, guys, but a 10-cent gain here, a 10-cent gain there. Nickel and dimes in the markets do add up. I've done this a couple of times now with RKT, and it has paid pretty decently. So this is a little bit of a 1-minute micro pullback. That's what we're looking at right now. 4 green candles followed by a red candle. Don't feel too bad about that. We're looking for a continuation of this small scale upward trend. And, oh, you already know what it is. Look at this. Microscopically speaking, we got a George W. Drop those George W's, baby. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. You got to drop a like for George W. You got to drop a like for George W. That is what we like to see. So this is a solid setup sort of play. What we got here is a good neckline. We got a neckline. We got those 2 double bottoms, right? So I'm going to clear this off, and it's going to be super easy to see. You guys already know what it is. This is a picture-perfect George W., my friends. So we got that double bottom. We got the neckline sitting right here, that level of resistance at about 28.38. And we have this beautiful hammer candle forming right now on RKT, which is exactly what you're looking for in terms of weak selling pressure. And it came. It followed through. Sitting at 28.40 right now, 28.39, up 30 cents per share on those 73 shares as of now. Watching for that push over this level of resistance. If we get it, I'll let it ride. If it rejects, I will take my profits and come back in a bit. W. All right, so I did see this in the comment section. Day trading. I do not recommend day trading if you are a new investor. I'll tell you what, I don't day trade very often as I do work a full-time job, but when I do, right, you got to be very, very, very careful about mitigating risk. If you think that investing in AMC is risky, right, imagine losing 50% on a single trade. It can happen. It's happened to me. I learned that lesson a really, really hard way with SNPW. Also, we got that push. So it's at 28.55. But SNPW, I learned that lesson the hard way. So if you want to see something not to do, I was day trading it when it was at 34 cents, and I was a bag holder down to 15. 50% loss in a single day. Do not day trade if you're not experienced. I really, really don't mean that in an insulting way, right? It's truly just the smartest thing to do. There's a lot of risk involved, and I've made money, I've lost money. It goes both ways, so just be very, very careful. Sitting at 28.60 right now. We got that push over the level of resistance. I did want to put that out there just to let you guys know. Thank you to everybody that has dropped the super chat. Thank you to Roberto, Ghost, ignore the haters, baby. Strong, stay strong, my apes. Love you. Oh, it's all good, man. I'm not paying attention to it. I'm vibing. SLGG is pushing, huh? Look at this go. 841. SLGG having itself a day. Man, that's solid. That ain't bad at all. We're looking for a push over, and we already got it. This push over that level of resistance at 834 is sitting at 850 right now, way above the VWAP. So that's in some crazy, crazy bullish territory. Typically, the VWAP can be a sign of a level of resistance, which is why I think here we got that push over the VWAP with that hard candle. Right? It's typically a sign of a good bullish reversal. So that's good. I don't mind that at all. So I'm watching this micro pullback right here. So we got 2 straight green candles, and now we've got a little bit of a red micro pullback. Watching for a push and a hold over 28.38. So that's what I'm watching for. If we don't get it, I will take I'm actually going to take a little bit off the table right now. I'm going to take 30 shares off the table and lock in those profits. So that would leave me with 63, 53, 43. So I took some off the table. So I've got 43 shares left of my initial 73 shares that I was working with in order to lower my overall dollar cost average. And I'm still playing those. I'm riding those profits. But I'm taking a little bit off the table because we are sitting pretty good. And this is why you do it. Because we got a little bit of a rejection here. So I'm watching to see how this pullback goes. Looks like it could be a hammer candle. Volume's not sitting too bad. Doji right now. I thought that was housekeeping. I thought that was housekeeping. So if this is a shooting star candle or a hammer candle, I don't feel too bad about holding. But I want it to close as a hammer candle. I want the close to be on the top of this wick right here. So that's what I'm watching for right now on RKT. If not, I will take the rest of those 43 shares off the table and I'll lock in that small gain on the day. But not too bad. Hey, no problem, man. SLGG is doing its thing. $8.30 right now. Having a day. Look at that volume pumping on that. I'll come back to SLGG in a second here if I end up closing out of RKT. But we did end up getting that hammer candle, so I don't feel too bad about holding right now. 28.33. That's typically a sign of some pretty solid, bullish territory, weak selling pressure. All right. You spoke out about being bullish on JAGX on a previous video, and it's bleeding bad. JAGX is a long-term stock, man. Stocks go up and stocks go down. Unfortunately, JAGX is a pharmaceutical company, and pharmaceuticals have been getting beaten down. I mean, I think about BNGO. BNGO is in a similar situation. Both these stocks, I think BNGO is a solid company, and they've been getting just slapped. They've been getting smacked really, really hard. So you got to be patient. Patience is going to pay, my man. I promise you. I truly do believe in JAGX. I think it's going to be a good company. You just got to wait it out. So, I'm going to take this off the table. I'm going to lock in those profits. Lower my overall dollar cost average down to $30.90 for that trade. Not too bad. Feeling pretty good about it. I'm going to watch SLGG here. Read off some of these chats. Watching your channel has inspired me. Nah, man. I spent 5 hours diving into SLGG 2 nights ago. I got it at $5. I thought it was late. Thanks for everything. Dude, you're killing it. That's solid, brother. That's absolutely awesome. Happy for you, man. SLGG, great DD post by u/Brubcha on Reddit. Check it out. So I'll do that. I'm not going to buy this right now. That's a heavy, heavy, heavy chase, but it's doing some crazy stuff. So let's see what we can find. Reddit, u/Brubcha. Well, I'll just type in Reddit. I suppose that'd be easier. All right. Gorilla Gang, let me tell you. Drop a like on this video. Pretty please. It really does help out the channel an immense amount. I'll tell you what. You drop a like. We get this to 3,500 likes. I will rip a pull of Kraken, my favorite rum, the Dark Lagoon, the King of the Sea, and we'll have a nice toast to everybody here on the channel, all the fellow Gorilla Gang. Oh, Brubcha. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so. If not, that's cool too. It's we do a lot of live streams. I try to keep everybody up to date with the most that I can. Brubcha. Not quite seeing it. Does anybody have a link? All right. If you have a link to that, drop it in the comments and I'll be watching for it. I'll be watching. Look at SLGG go. That's dirty. So it's a good thing I took those profits off the table with RKT, and that's why you do it. That's why I take those nickels and dimes, because you never know with these scalps what's going to happen. So I'd rather leave a little bit on the table than get greedy. That's just my personal opinion with day trading. It's all about nickel and diming. So I'm watching here for a push over this level of resistance at 847. If it breaks this ascending level of support, that's it could be a good dip trade. If not, it could be a pretty solid momentum trade. So my maximum size here would be 227 shares. I will buy 220. Filled at 844. It got in on the top. And I'm watching. It's got a lot of bullish momentum, guys. Stop loss is going to be right here. Right below this wick, 820. So 820 is going to be my trailing stop loss on this. So I'm going to set a stop loss. Or no, I should have done that with the buy, I suppose. But 820. So that's what I'm watching for. $820, I'll come back with a better entry point. 837, 834. It's holding very well. Look at how well this is consolidating. So I'm going to clear out the charts here really quick, and I'm going to show you what I like about this. When it's having these pullbacks, the pullbacks are not that bad. This is actually a really strong chart setup. So I want to show you this. You know, if we look at the Fibonacci retracement, we look at these previous run-ups that we've had. Check this out. We had a nasty George W. Look at that George W, man. That's dirty. Bottom. This retracement only came down to 50%. That's a picture-perfect 50% retracement right there. So that's good. What does this retracement look like? Came back down about 50%. 820. So I'm sitting here waiting, watching for that official break over 820. If not, this could be an ascending level of support play. I feel like that's not, that's definitely possible. So that's what we're watching for. Sitting at 828. All right. SENS is a great play. Stealing market share every day. Good news tonight. Should pop tomorrow. I think SENS has earnings, don't they? Does SENS have earnings? I saw that they had some news coming out, but I got to double check. Fact check me on that. MVIS dead? No, it is not. MVIS is not a dead cat, man. MVIS is a long-term stock. Don't sweat those day-to-day fluctuations. The whole technology sector right now is going to be getting beat down. They've been getting crushed. So you just got to be patient. Tech stocks will bounce back. It's just going to take some time. All right, blah, blah. Blah, blah, dude, I've had enough of this. I don't care if you you give me some slack, right? You give me a hard time. You don't give a hard time to my community. I'll take all the hate in the world. I really don't care. But don't do it to my community. That's not what we're about here. Yeah, taking that loss. Fill at 806. All right. So, check the shorts on. Oh, I got to scroll back up. I don't want to miss anybody. We've got scrolling back up. Man, there's so many chats. You guys are all rocking. Thank you for joining. Hope you guys didn't mind blah blah. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry about that. I know that sometimes you get some people out there in the community that are really tough. It's really tough. I won't stand for that. People can wreck me all they want. I can handle it. But I'm not going to have people bash on my community. That's some BS. All right. Trey can't read all super chats, bro. Stop crying. I try my best, man. I'm going through them all. Any thoughts to a Roaring Kitty twitting nonstop movie gifts? Signs? Stay strong, man. We got your back. Oh, you already know what it is. Pack says I should add a join button for my channel. So I've thought about doing that, but I don't know. I don't know if I should or not, because I feel like I've already got a Discord and a Patreon, and I don't like coming off as a guy that's looking for money. Like, I already get enough of that as it is. I already get enough of that hate as it is. So I just don't want to, come off that way, Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see something like that. If you do, I'm more than willing to do it, but I think that it comes off kind of as a bad look if I already have a Patreon that people are paying for. So you let me know. If you want that, we can make it happen. But if not, that's cool too. I'm just chilling. All right. Can I explain AMC utilization rate, please? So the utilization rate is super, super easy, man. The utilization, what that's referring to is the amount of current lendable short shares that are available to the market and how many of them are being held. By the way, I did take my position back in SLGG. I know it's not a big difference. It's not a big difference, right? I cut my losses at 806, filled them back again at 803.9, but, you know, it could have kept bleeding beyond 793. It dropped down to 793. If I was paying more attention, honestly, I would have purchased in at 793, but, you know, I'm perfectly okay by taking that small loss so that I can get a better entry point on a day trade, on a scalp. So that's my personal opinion. But anyways, where was I going with that? Utilization. What utilization is referring to is the amount of current lendable short shares that are being held by, you know, retail investors or institutional investors. So since the AMC utilization rate right now is sitting at 98% from what I recall, right? What does that mean? Well, it tells you that 98% of the current total utilizable short shares are being held, which means only about less than 2% of current short shares available for AMC are available to the market, which is extremely, extremely low. So that's a good thing. That's solid. That's really, really solid. All right. You've been an inspiration? Nah, man. You don't need to say that. That ain't how it is. I'm just another dude. I'm just another weeb, another fellow ape who likes to talk stocks. I just like talking stocks. Keep cooking with Crisco. We always cook with Crisco. Good trigger. You know what it is. You know what it is. Thanks for what you do. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. Don't let him get you down. Sizzle drunk. I'm just chilling. I'm chilling, my friend. I promise you. Life is good. I've got a great community out here. We've got the Gorilla Gang rocking. I'm a very happy guy, without a doubt. Guys, I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you don't mind doing me a solid, drop a like on that video. Like I said, we get this to 3,500 likes. I will take a pull of my Kraken. We'll take a nice toast to the channel, to the community, to AMC, right? The entire the meme stock buzz as things are going. I really do appreciate it immensely. Consider subscribing if you like to see these live streams. We do read off super chats. We do read the comment section. We try to just engage with the community. It's a really lighthearted community out here, man. The gorillas are peaceful creatures. We do not look for blood. Ape, no hurt ape. Ape, no hurt ape. That's what it is. Andrew Mo Money, dude, show some love to Meatball. Welcome, my man. Good to have you here. Any thoughts on what SENS will do after the Q4 earnings report later today? Great question. So if we just take a quick peek at SENS, let's look at their financials and what their previous quarters have looked like. All solid, right? So if we look at their oh, I'm not even on the income statement. Just kidding. So their previous quarters, you know, that changes the game. Their previous quarters weren't great, but their total revenue has been going up quarter over quarter. It does say that year over year it's down, right? But look at these quarters: 36K, 261K, 767K. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And if it continues that trend, I would anticipate it's going to be pretty good. I would anticipate good things for sure. So take that for what it is. SLGG having a small pullback. God, I wish I would have been paying attention there. It's a small one. I like that Doge candle. Doge? What am I saying? Dogecoin. Thank you to Hassan. Thank you to Shaheen. Any thoughts about Zoom? Zoom is a good play for this month. I got to make a video on that soon. But what's going on with Zoom, it's a great, they've got their product, which is the Trueforma system. The Trueforma system is a commercializable product that is helpful for cats and dogs. And what essentially it does is it allows them to regulate their thyroid glands. And that's huge because with quarantine, with COVID, you have a whole bunch of, you know, people in the community who had never, you know, had pets before. And with an increase in pets, right, we have a bunch of people that are buying animals, dogs and cats, right? And with that increase going up, you're going to need an increase in health management, which is where that commercialization of Trueforma comes into play. So I think, you know, it's a solid long-term stock potential, but it has extremely high mid-term potential as well. I wasn't even watching. We got that break. I want to see a hold over that ascending level of support. That's what I'm watching for. God dang it, I always get so caught up with these super chats. I need to watch closer. But nonetheless, my total position here is 220 shares. Thank you to everybody tuned in. HCMC, dead cat. It bounced pretty well yesterday. It held up okay. Today it's red. Today it's down 11%. Jeez. What do you think about Merck, MRK, now with J&J? So I'd have to check that out pretty closely. I'll check that out in a second here. I want to watch the price action on this pretty dang close. SLGG, volume starting to pull back a little bit here, but it's not sitting bad. We've got, it could be a head and shoulders pattern, but we want to see a hold over this level of support. Otherwise, it could be a George W setup, right? We got a bottom right here. We got that bottom right here, and we want to see that bounce off of this ascending level of support. If we don't get it, right, then that's not the setup that we're looking for. And then you take those small losses while they're small. That's the trick. You don't take the losses while they're small and don't let it bleed. Then find that better entry point. Looks like it might break. Yeah, we got the break. So I'd rather take the small loss. You know what I'm about. You know what I'm about. All right, I'm going to take some time here, read off these. So coming back to MRK. MRK, dang. I've never even heard of this stock. Look at it. So we're looking at this on a 3-month. It's been a little bit of a downward trend for a long time now. Jeez. I wonder how heavily shorted this is. I'm curious. New York Stock Exchange, Merck. Wow, it's not even really shorted. So that's just people selling it straight up. That's just getting heavily sold. Personally, I wouldn't touch it, you know, until I see some different price action, but that's just me. That's just me. HYFM, I've been eyeing it from some time and optimistic. HYFM. That's pretty harsh, man. I don't know. I wouldn't touch it. Not the setup, at least. It's not a great setup. I don't know what the company does, but that's really not good. This looks like if you hold that long term and you believe in what they're doing, I wouldn't worry that much, but that looks like a CCIV setup. Man, I'm so bummed about what happened to CCIV because I really think they could be a solid company. I really do. I really 100% do. Dang. We got the George W set up on RKT. Doesn't look like it played, though. How's AMC holding up right now? We got to check out on our girl, Amy. Amy is sitting at $8.03, consolidating. Consolidating, we got the 15 MA pretty much hugging sideways with that 200 EMA. This is picture-perfect consolidation, guys. So not a lot of volume pumping on this. Pretty quiet here today. We got a little bit of a squeeze down in price action, so I'm going to clear up these charts here really quick. AMC has it sitting right now in a little bit of a pennant formation, so it's squeezing down. I don't mind this setup at all. So what you're looking for is, in the next hour, you know, a push over this descending level of resistance. Not a lot of volume, so it might take some time to play out because the volatility is not there. But if you get a push over that descending level of resistance, it should come with a pretty hard move. Ascending level of support looks pretty solid. It's not bad, though. We're down 6.7% on the day. It's a good opportunity to buy in. You know, and I know that I say that, you know, every single day. Today's a good opportunity to buy in. You know, just hold, right? Whatever it might be. But there's no way to predict when this is going to squeeze. So I will just continually add to my AMC position as much as I possibly can, you know, when I can, because it is the way. It is the way. Because we can't predict the absolute bottom on any stock ever. It's just not possible. It's not. So we just gotta keep adding when the dips come. All right. Hey, Trey, I was thinking, and that drop in price this morning was influenced heavily by the shorts, but Buy the Market sent a screenshot on Twitter. Buy the Market. But the shorts, buy the shorts. Let me check this out. Did you send it to my inbox? All right. Trying to see this. So I don't see it now. Where are you at? All right. So I'm not seeing it. Let me know if you sent that to my inbox or not. If you sent that to my inbox, I'll check it out. I just need to know the handle for that. If you know the handle, I will 100% check that out. But just drop it for me. Drop that handle and we'll make it happen, baby. We'll make it happen. Where is my freaking tab now? I've got way too many tabs open. I'm terrible. I'm so bad. That's not it. There we go. Found her. All right. How am I scalping on Webull with no restrictions? Because I have over $25,000 of equity in my account. So once you go over 25K, you can day trade. You can make as many purchases as you would like. There's no restrictions. So that's how you make it happen, my man. G-News having a sell-off. Looks like the NASDAQ is having another pullback right now. Yeah, she's down another 0.5% again. She is having a little bit of a retest of those previous lows. So that is my sign that I am going to stop scalping from now, and I'm just going to look at stocks. I don't like taking trades when the market is pooping. I decided to do some scalping because, god dang it, these glasses hurt with my headphones on. I'm just going to take these off. But I try to stay away from swing trades or scalps when the market's getting just crapped on. So we're just going to read some questions you guys have, and we'll revisit, take a peek at the NASDAQ as the day continues to progress. But as it sits now, I'll consider that a success. I'm not too mad. The portfolio has been taking a huge dump lately because AMC got crapped on. Rocket obviously took some huge losses. GameStop I'm actually positive on, which is funny. MVIS, that's been getting crushed too. Xzone been getting crushed. All these tech sector stocks have been getting just schwacked. And it's painful. It's painful. I am still in Whammy. I am still in Sensonics. I am still in AGTC. I'm still in Xzone. Still in Microvision. Still in Anu. Still in GameStop, AMC, and Rocket. That's what I'm holding in my Webull portfolio. I've got some other stocks in my personal portfolio that I don't disclose. That's more for me. I don't like to. There are some stocks that I just like to keep to myself. But I will always be transparent about what I'm holding in this portfolio. So that's what we're sitting at right now, my guys. Can you check on short interest for Clove? Any chance of a gamma squeeze? Outlander Griffin. So I'm getting to everybody's super chats. I promise you, there's a lot of them. There's a crap ton of them. I'm just behind. That's all it is. I haven't ignored anybody. I just don't want to miss anybody's super chat. So Clove short interest. Let me scroll back up here. I want to take a peek at what the numbers look like for utilization. If they're high, it could be. I've seen numbers, I think. 100%, yeah. So it's definitely there. The potential's there. It just depends on people talking about it. Look at these days to cover. 1.30. Jeez. Cost to borrow is pretty low. I'd be interested to see what the Clove short interest is like right now. Clove short interest. Thoughts on AGTC? I'm bullish long-term. Long-term stock. I think you look at that a year from now, it's going to be a $25 stock. 31% total short volume ratio, 7.8 million of the total market volume yesterday, 1.1 million total short share availability. So I'd like to see what the overall shares outstanding is on Clove. Clove market watch, that's what we're looking for now. Public float shares outstanding. What the heck? Look at the public float compared to the shares outstanding. 306 million total shares. Jesus. Wow, that's a pretty high public float. So it would depend on how many people are holding their positions right now, and I don't know that off the top of my head. But the setup is there because it's a very, very heavily shorted stock. Interest rate not very high, so there's not really a lot of pressure on the shorts right now. So you want to see that short borrow fee rate go up. You want to see the short share availability go down. Utilization is great. But that's a really high public float compared to the shares outstanding. I'd be curious as to why that is. I'd like to see how the common stock is split up. Trey, love your channel. Appreciate that, man. Any updates on CTRM? CTRM, I know there's people in the comment section that are throwing shade, but this is a long-term position. I'm telling you. I've had Max Mar on this channel, and I'm finally saying your name right, brother. I'm finally saying your name right. If you're watching right now, you already know what it is. Much love. I apologize that I said that wrong all this time, but it's currently sitting at 82 cents. It broke that dollar for NASDAQ compliance, and I did talk about that not being good. So it does need to maintain that NASDAQ compliance. What I would be watching for is some sort of news catalyst that would say, hey, we purchased another, another vessel. We maybe earnings coming soon, right? We'd have to dig into that a little bit more. But CTRM to me, as long as it can get back above that dollar NASDAQ compliance, you're gonna be sitting pretty well. And I've seen people ask, about NASDAQ compliance occasionally, and this sounds really simple and it should be self-explanatory, but I'm telling you, sometimes it's not. NASDAQ compliance is only, relevant for stocks on the NASDAQ exchange. And that sounds silly. But I've been asked that question before. So I'll always be as transparent as I can and try and keep things simple. Look at the market right now, guys. Jesus, just taking a big schwack. It's getting smoked. NASDAQ, we're going to look at this on the 1-minute chart, having a massive, massive sell-off. A little bit of a bounce, though. So I'd be interested to see how other stocks are holding up after that. RKT is now down 0.5% on the day. Coming back to the 1-minute. Could have a little bit of a bounce, but I don't know for sure. It's trading in a pretty tight price zone. Honestly, I feel pretty comfortable with riding this to resistance at 28.38. 50-cent gain per share. So nothing massive, but enough to make a difference. I want to see... I don't like that candle wick. I do like to see that the NASDAQ is having a bounce, though. That gives me a little more confidence. I'm going to pull the trigger. I took 65 share size at 27.90. So I'll be watching that. All right. HITIF cannabis stock involves Snoop Dogg, huh? So Snoop Dogg, I personally don't touch cannabis stocks. Man, what a nasty little, what a nasty red candle right there. So I don't personally invest in cannabis stocks. They're not my cup of tea. Not that there's anything wrong with it, right? But I can check it out. I'll check out the setup here really quick. High tide. Yeah, that's some pretty choppy price action. I can't really tell you much, man. It's an OTC market stock. You can't purchase this on Webull. In terms of setup, a little bit of consolidation, but it's in a little bit of a downward channel in the microscopic terms. So you're looking for a break over this descending level of resistance right here, which it might do. I mean, we got kind of a gray candle right now, a doji. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a push over that descending level of resistance, and you should be sitting pretty well. All right, gonna read off some more of this stuff. Trey, I heard that hedges have to cover shorts on Rocket by March 5th or pay dividends for shareholders, so it can still squeeze. Quit sweating RKT. GG loves you. Hey, appreciate that, man. I'm not sweating it at all. Not sweating it at all. You know, I feel very comfortable about what I presented to the table. I think that Rocket has a lot of potential. The only thing that I regret is the timing. Obviously, we could have gotten this at a better price, but the potential is 100% there. Numbers are numbers. Numbers are numbers. The potential is there. As far as hedges having to covering on shorts by March 5th, I haven't read that personally, but the dividends thing, right? That seems legit. So that could be solid. That could be solid for sure. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. OCGN bought March 19th, 20 call at 90 cents yesterday morning, but missed my exit. What do you think? Thanks for all you do. Looking forward to every show. So I'll take a quick peek here. So this stock always moves on news, and we can't predict when news is going to happen, right? And this isn't a really bad downward channel right now. But if it's set for March 19th, that is a ways out. So I would feel pretty comfortable that you're going to have another opportunity. But just be watching. Make sure that you are watching on that. AMC is at 9.9, huh? 9.9%? Did it move up that much? Let's check it out. Guys, whoo, I love this keyboard. This thing treats me so nice. All right. AMC. 9.85, baby. Updated 2 minutes ago. She's climbing. She's climbing. 250,000 total short share availability. Not sitting too bad. Dang. We like to see that. We like to see that. If you're just tuning in right now, AMC, as we are sitting, we're just gonna, not Amcor. Stupid Ortex, what are you doing? Silly chicken. 98.2% utilization rate. Insanely, insanely high. So it's not a dead cat. Not a dead cat. I will stand by that to the grave, man. I will. 100%. All right. Glad you're in a good mood today. GG all day. Hey, appreciate that, man. Seriously. This is it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. I can't complain at all. New Webull desktop update has a tab for short interest now. Check it out. Oh, dude, I didn't even know that. I'll have to update. I'll have to update that later today. For sure. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. CTRM, good for average down. Are we still expecting a growth in this stock? I personally am. You know, and you guys do your own DD, make your own decisions. But what I like about CTRM is that their long-term potential is never going to go away. What I would look for if you have, concerns is what is their competition? And as far as I've seen, the sector for vessels transporting dry bulk cargo, there's always going to be a demand for that. It's never going to go away, right? So I see a lot of long-term potential in this company. And I've seen this spam in the chat a million times. I've seen people say, Trey, there's one person managing, yada, yada, yada. Do your own DD. I personally believe in the company. I think they have a lot of potential. I really do. I personally believe that myself. But that's my 2 cents. That is my 2 cents. All right. How does day trading on Webull work with a 25K cash account? I've heard it takes 2 days for the cash to clear from the trade. Any help would be great. So day trading on Webull, they match you with margin. So when you deposit your cash into the account, as long as you have a margin account, it's all good. And they don't charge you interest on day trades as long as you open and close the position the same day. You just get charged commission, right? So keep that in the back of your mind. All right. UVXY back burner long play. PS, love your channel. Thanks, man. So I actually, or woman, or man or woman, I don't know. I never do know. I'll tell you what. Well, check this out. Wow, look at this move. Look at that volume. Holy crap. That ain't bad at all. They must have had news. No news? Why is this moving? It got the break over the VWAP, which is huge. And it held it really well. That was a clean push. Holy Toledo. Wish I would have caught that earlier. Dang. See, this is why I gotta read these super chats faster. I gotta read these super chats way quicker than I have been. Oh man. Are you going up for NCO? Was that your exam this week? No, it was not. I appreciate that question though. So my exam was just regarding property management. I'm actually a second lieutenant. I'm a second lieutenant, and I was supposed to have land navigation today, but I ended up having some eye issues and they sent me back home. I couldn't read my map. So here I am. These glasses help out as much as they can, but for whatever reason, like when things are this close to my face, I can't see them. Like my hands are blurry even with my glasses on right now. So I've just been running into some issues. It's frustrating. But my exam went well. I got a 93 out of 100. It's good enough for me. I'll take it. Join the Discord. Welcome, Kyle Moore. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I've thought about it, by the way, and I don't think I'm going to make a members portion of YouTube. I'm not a money-hungry kind of guy. I've got no interest in that. I would much rather just keep it chill. If you want to join the Discord, you can do that. Otherwise, we're just going to keep providing the same content that we can, and it's chill. It's chill. I'd rather just have people around having a good time. It's not about money for me, guys. I'm doing fine financially. I'm not looking for a hunt. I'm not looking for all this extra cash because I've got plenty. Should I trade in my AMC shares for profit and then buy back options? Dollar's getting tight. 2 options up tomorrow, both in the money. Personally, I would not. That's not my cup of tea. I don't like selling out of my positions because options are so risky, guys. You really want to be careful about options, especially if you're not experienced with them. It can be a really big way that you kind of poop on your portfolio. So I would not. That's just my 2 cents. I see options as supplementary. So they're a way to kind of benefit the account without how do I say this? They're supplementaries, right? So maybe like 10% of your portfolio, 20% of your portfolio. I wouldn't do the whole thing. I wouldn't do the entire thing. Yeah, you guys know what it is. I'm chilling. I make plenty of money. I'm always trying to be transparent. And I know that people think this is against the YouTube regulations. It's not. I like to be transparent. I've got nothing to hide. I'm doing absolutely fine on money. I'll show you guys exactly how much money I make on YouTube. I don't do this to brag. I do it to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about because I'm not trying to BS anybody. So check this out. Analytics. This is the money I make on YouTube, and this is why I don't really care about how much I make. February. We'll check out February. February, I made $66,000. $66,901. March, I made $5,700. So far, or I should say January. March so far, I made $5,600. So I'm just trying to be transparent with you guys. I'm not money hungry. I'm not looking for, a reason to milk every single penny out of you guys. If you want to support me, that's cool. But if not, I'll just keep providing content the best way that I can. So just wanted to show you. All right. You and Corey should definitely jump on together since you were both on live. Appreciate this community big time. I've learned so much. Man, I wish that I could, but once I get my OBS running, I have to set up my OBS in a specific way to get it moving. Look at AMC. It got to push over $8. There we go. It broke that descending level of resistance like we were talking about. And if it follows through with volume, that could be pretty solid. That could be pretty solid. Waiting to see how that plays out. That's not bad, though. I like to see that. Who was it that had that rocket squeeze thing? I thought I just saw that on my homepage. I gotta check this out now. Was it Blaze Capital? I thought I saw that Blaze Capital had something about a rocket squeeze. Did you guys see that? Yeah, he does. Rocket squeeze. He's been covering Rocket for a lot of time. Dang, 4 hours yesterday? I've watched some of his live. He's a pretty intelligent guy. I know that he talked, he had some bad things to say about me, but I've got nothing bad to say about him. He's really smart. I know that he knows what he's talking about in terms of technical analysis, so pretty intelligent guy, for sure. All right, what's the average you make a day on those 10-cent trades, day trading? So it depends on the size that you take, right? So my intent right now with taking these 10-cent trades, looking for 10-cent gains, is not necessarily to lock in huge, massive profits. It's because RKT, you know, my average cost when I woke up this morning was $36. And I was getting schwacked on it. I was down $2,500. But I've managed to lower that profit and loss, that P&L, right, down to 916. So, you know, with that, I took off my trailing stop loss because, you know, I'm not going to say that it's, you know, no, I didn't pull the trigger for anybody. I didn't pull the trigger, but I put out a video that, you know, may have, you know, I should say, it may have, you know, misguided some people in some ways. You know, I don't take back the numbers in the least bit because I do think RKT has potential to squeeze, and I think it's a good company, but the timing was down for sure. The timing was bad. But it can be pretty solid. Some days I'll make, you know, $500. Some days I'll make a $1,500, $2,000. It depends on the day. It depends on the momentum trade. But the trick with this, you know, and I want to really double down on it. I don't day trade a lot. But if you do day trade, it's for experienced investors. Be very, very cautious, right? Because you can lose a lot or you can make a lot. So make sure that you're capitalizing on the gains and minimizing the losses. That's the big thing. Could you quickly explain what scalping is and how you work it to lower your dollar cost average? Great freaking question. That is such a good question. I honestly am surprised I haven't mentioned that yet. I apologize if I've been confusing. So this is too easy. This is too easy. So for example, I had yesterday about a 270 share stake in Rocket, right? Down 25% when I woke up this morning, just getting piss pounded. I got caught pissing with my pants down, right? Pissing in the pond. And what I'm doing to lower that overall dollar cost average is take small size in small increments, right? So earlier this morning I woke up, I bought in at $25, sold at 27 and some change. Bought in, well, a little lower than that. I didn't perfectly time the top, but I took some off the table, you know, and I lowered my overall dollar cost average. I did the same thing again, you know, 2 or 3 more times. So scalping essentially what you're doing with a stock that maybe you're up on or maybe you're down on. You do it in order to lock in small incremental gains of 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, whatever it might be, so you can either lower your overall dollar cost average, increase your overall dollar cost average, or just lock in some small gains. It's I would call scalping like a day trading sort of thing. So that's what it is. It's too easy. It's too easy. Thoughts on AMKR long term? Let me take a quick peek. So I don't know anything about the company, I'll be honest with you, but I can tell you what the charts say. And the chart setup right now, a little bit bearish. I mean, the last 3 days, if you believe in them long term, it's not bad. It's not bad. I want to look at the retracement, see the strength of this chart setup. I'm not concerned yet. If it breaks 50%, that's not as good. A 50% retracement and bounce is solid, but you also have to keep in mind the NASDAQ is getting just crushed right now. Down 0.72%, just getting piss pounded. So AMKR is probably being, you know, a part of that. They're a tech company. So, you know, if you believe in the tech company, it could be solid, but the tech sector has just been getting crapped on lately. So I would be patient. If you've done your DD on this and you believe it's going to do well, I would take the opportunity to dollar cost average down because I think tech is going to be the way. Innovation in tech is going to be the future of the market, in my personal opinion. That's why I invest so heavily in it, because I believe in innovation. When I invest into a company, guys, and you guys make your own decisions. It's you making the calls at the end of the day. But when I make an investment, a long-term investment, I want it to be impactful. I want it to be something that I can feel proud of and that I feel like is actually contributing to the world. So take that for what it is. I got to be excited about what I'm investing about. Like Microvision, guys, I get genuinely excited talking about Microvision. It's a cool freaking stock. It's a cool stock. It's a good company. So it's take that for what it is. Take that for what it is. So we've already covered this. I just joined. How you feeling about CTRM? Personally, fine holding it for a couple of years if needed. It's a couple of year hold to me. It's a couple of year hold to me. I've talked with Max Marr about this stock on a couple of live streams, and he's got a different opinion than me, and that's all right. That's all right. We're not always going to be agree on things, but he thought the company was overvalued in the short term, and it's pulled back a little bit because of that. However, I look at their spreadsheets and check this out. When you invest into a company, what are you looking for? You're looking for green in revenue. You're looking for green in gross profit. You're looking for some pretty solid marketing and administrative expenses or R&D. They don't have any R&D costs, right? So take that for what it is. But they've been putting a lot of money into marketing administrative. God dang it. Just beatboxing. Marketing and administrative costs. So, we've got this total revenue starting to go up year over year. I mean, they're up from 2018 and 2019. Gross profit, they've got pretty good margins. They're pulling home more than half of their total revenue, which is good, right? Look at this. This cost of revenue is lower than their gross profit. I like to see that. Quarterly, what are we looking at in terms of growth? You can see their gross profit was down a little bit, in comparison to the previous quarter, and the previous quarter from there, and the previous quarter from there. So maybe that's a ding, right? But their overall revenue, very consistent. I don't mind consistency. And what comes to mind here is they've been putting a lot of money and dumping a lot of money into, these vessels. They've been purchasing a crap ton of vessels so they can increase their total revenue down the road. So it just takes a while. It takes a while. I believe it's a long-term stock. I hope that answers your question. SLGG, man, it's having a sell-off right now, I think. Everything's having a sell-off, though, so that's no surprise. Yeah, that's a pretty nasty head and shoulders pattern. Got a head here, shoulder, neckline. Pretty gnarly. Check the shorts on GoGo. Is that GoPro? I think the only thing about Blaze Capital, I've got no hate for the guy at all. I've never talked to him. I can't tell you an opinion. I think the only thing that I don't particularly like is sometimes I feel like he's a little rude to his viewers. But take that for what it is. I think he's very intelligent. He obviously knows what he's talking about. Very, very smart guy. And I'd be interested to have a conversation maybe with him someday, because I know that he doesn't have a good opinion about me, and I'd be interested in changing his mind, because I don't think he's a bad guy. 150,000 total short share availability as of 3 hours ago. Short borrow fee rate's really low though, so there's not a lot of pressure on the short sellers. But the volume is there. The volume is there 100%. I'm going to check out GoGo on Ortex. Ortex is a service that I do pay about $500 a year for, so I can get some pretty relevant information. Utilization rate's really high, 91%, so that's massive. Cost to borrow is actually higher on here. Days to cover is 5. Man, why is the cost to borrow so low? Jeez, that should be a lot higher. This is a really, really heavily shorted stock. However, a heavily shorted stock on heavy utilization does not necessarily mean that you're going to have a squeeze, right? You need to have a catalyst that causes the squeeze. So what is the catalyst going to be? Maybe it could be some solid earnings report. Maybe it means people start talking about it on Reddit, Discords, right? But it's just not getting a lot of love right now. It's not getting a lot of love. I think that GoGo got squoze back when, yeah, it did, back here when WSB was doing its thing. But it's a little bumpy. I would say there's better odds with other stocks, just because I don't know if this is going to get the love that it needs. But the potential is there for sure, 100%. All right, thoughts on PRPL. We'll check that out. Purple. Oh, I wouldn't. They must have had a hit piece. Yeah. That seems like an overreaction. Holy crap. They missed revenue by 5 cents. That's a really disgusting sell-off for missing revenue. I thought they would have killed somebody. I thought maybe the CEO got sent to prison with those kind of numbers. Jeez, that is bad. That's not what you like to see. My apologies. I'm just checking my phone here really quick, making sure that the lady hasn't texted me. Yeah, if you believe in the stock, it's a good opportunity to buy, but I wouldn't buy until you see it bounce. That's pretty ugly. All right. Points on why the 15 MA and 200 EMA are the chosen AMT of days for these indicators. Please, thank you. Amount of days. I see. So that's a good question. So the 3 touch points, very easy. It's super easy. All that is referring to is levels of support or resistance. Here's an example. We got 3 touch points right here. 3 touch points to me signifies that you have a respected level of support or resistance, right? So we got 1, 2, 3 touch points right there. Even 4. And the more touch points that you get, both macroscopically and microscopically, the stronger that level of support, right? So that's all that's referring to. This refers to both support and resistance, right? So you can do the exact same thing on the opposite side. You've got 4 touch points here. That's a signified level of resistance. When you get a pushover resistance, typically it comes with a hard move. So that can be a way that you can play certain trades or investments, right? Try and find the best bang for your buck. As for the 15-day MA and the 200 EMA, why do I use these time periods and these indicators? It's because I find that when you use the 15 MA, I'm just going to read these off to you. This will give you a good picture. So the 15 MA, what is this? It smooths the price data to form a trend following indicator. They do not predict price action, but rather define the current direction with a lag. So it lags behind a little bit. It gives you previous price action and smooths it out so you get an idea of where the price action is going over a 15-day moving period. The 200 EMA, however, reduces the lag by applying more weight to recent prices. The weighting applied to the most recent price depends on the number of periods in the moving average. So this has a less of a lag. It can be a better predictor of upcoming price action because it doesn't lag as much as that 15 MA does. So using this macroscopic trend line and this microscopic trend line side by side, you can typically predict increasements and decreasements in volatility. You can predict when you're going to have breakouts, breakdowns. It can act as both levels of support and resistance. Like you can see here, we actually, when this 15 MA crossed over the 200 EMA, if you had bought in when that happened, which is a picture-perfect setup for a breakout swing trade opportunity, right? If you had bought in right there, you would have been able to ride this for a really gnarly gain up to 1189. So that's, obviously we don't want to do that with AMC. I'm holding AMC till I die, or at least until she squeezes, but you get the picture here. That's why I use those side by side. All right. So we're going to check on RKT here really quick, just see how she's hanging. Oh, she's having a little bit of a sell-off. Which makes sense with the NASDAQ doing what it's doing right now, down about 1%. Man, she wants really hard to hang, but she just can't do it. Look at this. She's getting smoked. So in my previous video, I talked about what I would predict in terms of a correction. I predict that we are going to see a correction of 50%. And we need to see that by the end of the day, right? I'm not worried yet. By the end of the day, we want to see a hold over this 50% retracement. In fact, it's literally just smack dab on it right now. And that comes out to $12,552. So that, to me, I'm guessing will be the bottom. I think this is going to be the end of this 3-day crazy bearish witch hunt. This has been nasty. I promise you guys, don't be scared away from the market right now. Please do not be scared away. I tell you what, when people get scared, when there is fear, there's blood in the water, that is when you need to get greedy. That is when you are buying as much as you possibly can and trying to really lock down your long-term stocks at the cheapest possible price that you can buy them at. So that's what I'm always looking for. Matthew Rappaport. Inyo base 31. Total days or business days? 31 total days or business days? What are you referring to? How about Palantir, though? Max, baby. Max Mar, my friend, my brother. I gotta show some love to my dude. What the heck? Look at PLTR. She's doing solid. Oh, and you put together that 6-hour freaking video. Oh, I bet you're having a heyday right now. I bet you're having a grand old day. I bet you're just straight chilling. Guys, Max Mar spent like 6 hours, maybe it was even longer than that, compiling research on PLTR, and he put a video out on it. That makes him look like a freaking wizard, dude. You hit it on the money, because in this bloodbath of a market, Palantir is rocking. They're not doing too bad. All right, so SYRP. I think you mean SYPR. That'd be my guess. Because there's no SYRP, so I'm assuming this is what you mean. To be honest with you, SYPR was a day. It was a day trade. It was a swing or day trade opportunity. I got in and out the same day. That's my personal opinion. SSR protection on AMC, have you seen anything about it? You don't even need to double check. It's too easy, guys. This is too easy. Let me show you exactly how you'll know. We look at these daily candles. What did we close at yesterday? We closed at 858, and today we dropped down to 750. That would be 10% below the previous day's close, which would activate that circuit breaker, thus activating SSR for the rest of the day today and the rest of the trading day tomorrow. So we will have SSR in place today and tomorrow, which will only allow shorts to short the positions on the upticks. They can't short on the bids. So that's pretty huge. That makes a big difference. Makes it more difficult for shorts to come out ahead. How long do all expired shorts have to buy back? Or can they just keep paying interest and that's why we haven't seen AMC squeeze yet? Great question. That's a great clarification point. So shorts, my friends, can hold their positions for as long as they want. There's not expiration dates or an exact day that they need to cover on a short position. So what you're probably referring to is put options, right? And those expire. Options expire, right? There's a certain day in which those are dead in the water. They don't do anything. But shorts can hypothetically hold their positions for as long as they want to hold their positions for. So, you know, what really kills them is the interest rate. So if we look at the interest rate on AMC, for instance, you know, we're going to come back here to AMC on Fintel. It is going up. It's really high. So we're just going to take a peek here. AMC Entertainment Holdings. What is it sitting at? It is sitting at 9.85%. We're going to check iBorrow Desk and see if this is any different. iBorrow Desk says 9.9. So it's really high. And that's when it comes into the equation, right? So with this interest rate, this fee, the cost to borrow going up, it puts a little more pressure on those people holding short positions on the stock. And the longer that it trades sideways, the more money that they're paying into the stock. Now, take that for what it is, right? This is an annually accrued interest rate. That's not daily by any means, but it can keep going up. I've seen cost to borrow on a stock before in the 100 to 150, 200% range, which is insanely high. So if that keeps growing, right, that's going to be huge. That's going to be absolutely astronomical. So this is what's really putting pressure on short positions. Now, failure to deliver, that's a whole different ballgame. This is worth talking about. So what is a failure to deliver? Let's just show this to you. I broke this down in my previous video, but in case you didn't catch it, we're going to be able to just kind of walk you through this. So check this out. Failure to deliver refers to, God, I hate these ads. All right. Failure to deliver refers to a situation where one party in a trading contract does not deliver on their obligation. Such failures occur when a buyer does not have enough money to take delivery and pay for the transaction at settlement. A failure can also occur, and this is what's happening, when the seller, the party with a short position, does not own all or any of the underlying assets required at settlement and so cannot make the delivery. So what do we have taking place right now? Let's just draw this out. We're going to come back to our beautiful old Microsoft whiteboard. I love my Microsoft whiteboard, man. I am an artiste, straight artiste. This is too easy. We're going to draw this out. Nice, plain and simple, as Uncle Bruce would say in plain English. All right, I need to buy one of those not white pads, iPads. So what do we have here? We're going to do FTD. FTD. Don't pay attention to my terrible handwriting. I am using my mouse. So what does this mean? Failure to deliver. Failure to deliver what you have, and this is my opinion. You've got Hedgie right here. Hedgie is a clearinghouse. He's a market maker, and he owns physical shares of a stock. We're just gonna label this S for share, and this is Hedgie. H for Hedgie. Over here you've got Tendy. Tendy is a happy chicken. He says, "Hey man, I just want to buy. I want to buy some shares of AMC," and he's just straight chilling. Tendy is a very happy guy. He says, I will give you this much money for 100 shares of AMC. This is money, $. These are shares, SH for shares. So Tendy sends over this money over to the clearinghouse, to the market maker, right? He says, I will give you my $100 for whatever that comes out to in cost for the shares. Well, what he has here is maybe he has the shares, maybe he doesn't. But with a failure to deliver, what's taking place is he's not actually giving him a real share. This is not happening. You're not seeing him send a real share. What he's actually sending him is an IOU. So this is an IOU. It's not a real share. This is saying, hey, right now, I can't get you the share. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. Maybe he actually doesn't have the collateral for it right now. Maybe he does. But he sends him an IOU. And Tendy over here doesn't see that this is an IOU. He sees this as a regular share. This just shows up in his account as share. We're just going to call this AMC, right? So this just comes into his account and he sees AMC. He's like, awesome. I bought my $100 of AMC. I got it in my account. I'm good to go. Well, the problem doesn't really come down to Tendy because Tendy is the one that's screwing up on his obligation of the deal. Tendy paid his money over to the clearinghouse, and the clearinghouse didn't come up with his end of the bargain. So who's going to get screwed here, right? Well, we can draw this out. Nice and simple for you. So we're going to move this over. Check this out. So clearinghouse, right? We've got Hedgie over here chilling with all of these counterfeit shares that he sent out. We'll say that he sent out a crap ton. We got Hedgie here. We got Tendy. He sent out all this money, not all this money, all these shares over to Tendy. Let's say it's 100 counterfeit shares, 100 IOUs, right? And eventually they get cracked down on because, yeah, it's okay. If you've got like 100 shares, total shares that are being circulated, right? And one of them is an IOU. That doesn't really raise any concern, right? But let's say hypothetically that's not the case. Let's say that out of 100 shares, right, 50 of them are IOUs. Well, that raises some concern because what does this do? I'll show you exactly what this does. This is too simple. It creates false selling pressure and a shift in demand in the market. So check this out. If this is supply and this is demand, and this is where they meet in the middle, supply, demand, right? Now, if you shift, this is to the right, you've got more supply. You shift it to the left, you got more supply. To the right, you've got less supply, right? So what happens if we instead have the supply start to increase, right? Well, we're going to erase this supply line. Let's say that it moves over here. Well, what do you see? Oh, that was a bad line. That was so bad. Ugly. So let's just say that it shifts. It shifts to the left. You've got more supply. What happens? Well, that divergence point starts to shift. You shift it again. It goes more to the left. Now that divergence line shifts even more. There's less demand, right? So as that supply continues to increase, the demand goes down. And that's what's happening right here. So if we've got a 360 million share outstanding, availability to the market, and all of a sudden you've got a crap ton of IOUs floating around, right? Maybe you've got 400 million actual shares that are floating in the market. It increases the supply, which decreases this demand. Decreases the demand, guys. So you're creating synthetic selling pressure because as you have an increase in, it's basic economics. This is the laws of supply and demand. You've got more supply circulating around. And I truly do believe this is happening because we've seen the numbers. We've seen the FTDs. We've seen the failures to delivers taking place. They're being reported. And that tells you the entire story. So that's why the FTDs are so significant and important to talk about because this is how it's affecting the market. This isn't going to come back down to Tendy. Tendy's not the one that's going to get screwed here. Tendy is going to be one happy chicken. He's going to be down here chilling, right, with his shares. He's going to have to get those filled eventually. Whether they were IOUs or not, he doesn't know the difference, but at the end of the day, they're still his shares. The clearinghouse, Hedgie over here, he is going to be one pissed off chicken. He's going to get smacked down on by the regulatory forces, and he's going to be like, oh, god dang it. But maybe he doesn't have the collateral. Maybe he does. If he does have the collateral, no harm, no foul. They take out those counterfeit shares and the supply goes back down. Supply would go back down if they got rid of those counterfeit shares. But let's say that he actually doesn't have the collateral, right? At the end of the day, then he really gets screwed because he has to come up with those. He purchases them from the market from sellers, which still decreases the supply, right? It decreases the supply because he's purchasing these off of other people, and then he needs to give these over to Tendy, which take those IOUs off the table. So let's try and draw this out in the best way that we can. Scenario one, right? He's got the collateral. Hedgie over here has the collateral, right? He just ends up sending these over to Tendy. So this is the collateral. These are the actual shares. SH for shares, right? He sends these over to Tendy. And the IOUs just get taken off the table. This does two things. It takes care of that issue with the IOUs. Those are out of the market, right? He's good to go. And it also decreases the supply. Well, there's a better scenario. Better scenario is this. These guys don't have the collateral. Hedgie over here does not have the collateral for these shares, right? So what ends up happening is he doesn't have the collateral. He needs to make the collateral happen. So he needs to purchase the collateral from people from the market. So guess what happens? Hedgie now has a dollar amount that he's like, hey, I'm willing to pay you this much to get the collateral so that I can match my IOUs. Essentially, he went to the casino and he gambled on a loan. He went to the casino, gambled on a loan, and he's got to make up that money for the loan, for these IOUs that he needs to write out, right, for the actual shares for the IOUs. So he comes up here, he's got these dollar signs. He comes over to another Tendy. We'll call him Tendy 2. Tendy 2. He's got shares that he's willing to sell, right? So here's shares. He purchases his shares, and Tendy's a happy chicken. He says, yeah, I'll take my money. I'll take my money, right? We're chilling. And he gets these shares from him. So the shares come back to Hedgie over here. They come back, which decreases supply because that's going to take care of his issue. Those shares are off the market, decreases available supply. And then these shares have to go back to the IOUs, so these can be taken off the market, right? So that's huge. This is a better scenario to me. Scenario 2 is going to be huge. So take that for what it is. I know that was a really long explanation, but I think there's been a lot of questions about FTDs and what this actually means, and it's a good thing that we're seeing this, right? No matter what the number is, I've seen a bunch of different numbers circulate around. I think the most important thing to know is that the FTDs that we've seen is a cumulative number. So it's not being updated day to day. It's like if you see 50,000 yesterday and 50,000 today, that means that the FTDs are the exact same. They didn't change. It's not 50,000 yesterday plus 50,000 today. So keep that in the back of your mind. But that was a basic, really bad, drawn out explanation on failure to delivers and why it's important. So sorry that was drawn out. I wanted to make that as simple as I could and try to explain that because I think that is a good thing to talk about. If you would not mind doing me a favor here really quick, I'm going to get some water and a little bit of a snack and come back to the computer. Drop a like, so consider subscribing. If not, that's cool too. I'm straight chilling. I'm going to get myself some Gorilla Juice for my George W. cup. So just give me 1 second here, my friends. All right, we're back. We're back. Just got myself a little bit of a snack. I haven't eaten anything in a minute here today, so I figured that would be a good thing to do. Check out Rada. So I don't know what that company is, but I'll take a quick peek. We're suspended? Why? You know, I am almost willing to guarantee you what this is. Because this happened to a whammy. The same exact thing happened to a whammy. They got dinged for an SEC violation. So I bet you they didn't file that direct offering right. But don't be scared because when a whammy had this happen, this is the funniest joke of all time. Guys, you want to see something hilarious? I'm going to show you something that's going to make you laugh because it makes me laugh all the time. This is so good. So what happened with whammy? Whammy is a stock that got dinged for an SEC investigation. They had a violation. They filed a direct offering and they didn't do it correctly. So they got dinged for it, right? And what happens? I thought they were going to get smoked. Typically, when you've got bad news, the market reacts poorly. Well, it didn't happen. Whammy ended up doing pretty well. It didn't get smoked at all. In fact, it had a great day. So I'm going to come back here and show you the exact timeline. I can show you the exact day. It was right here. It was right here. It actually was green. It finished the day green, which was nuts. I would have never guessed that. But get this. I actually made a video about it, and I did not put it out because that would have looked really goofy. Whammy violates SEC guidelines. Why I'm selling my position. And I didn't end up selling it. I took my stop loss off. And I'm glad I did because that would have been goofy. But I think you guys are going to get a laugh out of that. That's a video I did not post. I always like to be transparent. But anyways, that's why I wouldn't worry too much about this being suspended. If that's why. We can't guarantee that's why, but that'd be my guess just based on the news. Since they did have that public offering of 4.5 million shares and it's suspended, that'd be my guess. But I would check out to see if it's a T1 or T2 halt. If it's either one of those, right, then you could probably take a quick stab at why that is. Thank you, James. Thank you to John. Trey, what about Bio and CTRM? Hold strong? Yes. Long-term stocks. Long-term stocks, man. Hey, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm straight up chilling. Also, I said that once we got to 3,500 likes, I would take a quick pull of Kraken, and I would take a toast to the Gorilla Gang. So you already know what it is. We're going to do it. I'm a man of my word, and I appreciate everybody here. And to me, this is a celebration of not just making money, but a great community. And let me tell you something. You know, me personally, as a human being, I'm very extroverted, but I like to keep my circle really tight. I don't hang out with a lot of people, and that's not a choice, right? I like to keep my circle tight and keep my true friends really, really close. And I consider the Gorilla Gang like a family, man. It's really, really fun. It's brought me out of some really dark places over the last 2 months. I've had some lows, and you guys dug me out of the trenches. So, you know, this is a toast and a cheers to the Gorilla Gang. Cheers to making money. Cheers to good things in life, regardless of your religion, your sex, your political agenda, your geographical location, right? Cheers to the Gorilla Gang, and cheers to everybody out there. Beautiful. Got a lot of love for Kraken, baby. All right, with all your tech stocks are bleeding, is it wise to take some losses to average down in stocks you have more conviction in? No more dry powder. So, I think it's good to diversify for sure, but I don't think you need to necessarily take your losses. No. If you're long term on your tech stocks, then just, you know, be long term on them. Average down if you do get more dry powder. If you can't get more dry powder, right? Then just wait it out. Because they will come back up. I 100% believe they are. Ah, beautiful. You guys all rock. Dropping those gorillas, baby. Kachiga. Oh, man, it's too easy. It's too fun. I love it. Anywho, can you give me the rundown on AMC and where we are at right now? I am all diamond hands, but I just need to polish so the diamond keep on shining. AMC. Hopefully you're able to catch that FTD that I just talked about. I know I'm really behind on super chats. I'm trying to, you know, take these as much as I can. But AMC right now, trading sideways. It's holding up pretty well. It's at 787. It's a slight bleed. It ended up breaking below the VWAP, broke below the descending level of support. So you can see that it's had a little bit of a crush sesh. But keep a macroscopic perspective. Right? The NASDAQ is down almost 2% right now. It's getting smoked. So the NASDAQ being down that bad and the rest of the, you know, the market being crushed, there are almost no green plays in the entire market. Look at this. Look at all the red that's popping right now. Even Bitcoin, even Bitcoin's getting smoked. So it just seems like nothing's immune. If I was a person that shorted stocks, I would short stocks today, but I just don't. I do not like shorting stocks. I don't like the idea of taking value from a company to bring value to myself. That's just not what I do. So that's my opinion, man. It's just a red day. It's a huge red day. We're going through a correction, and I've been talking about it, and I don't think it's a market crash. I don't think it's going to last for months and months and months. But keep a macroscopic perspective and hold strong. Hold strong, man. I'm going to chew on this for a sec. Max Mara, you really hit it with this one, man. If you're watching right now, brother, you really hit it home. That ain't too bad. I'm going to maximize this for you guys. All right. CTR, I'm having a bad day. Any thoughts? The whole market's having a bad day, man. The whole market's getting destroyed. Don't pay attention to the CTRM being... You can't cherry pick, right? So what do we have going on right now with CTRM? It's bleeding. Yeah, I mean, it's getting smoked. But you got to keep a macroscopic perspective. Look at the NASDAQ, guys. Look at the NASDAQ. Look at the SPY, right? All of these huge index funds getting smoked. What's the SPY down? SPY's down 1.5% just about. What's another one? I don't know why I'm blanking right now. Oh, the Dow. Dow. That's not the right Dow. There we go. Dow is down 1.3%. So everything's getting smoked. You just got to keep a macroscopic perspective, my friends. These are the days to buy long-term stocks. These are the days for it. All right. Is BNGO heavily shorted or sell off? Sell off. I mean, we could double check, but I don't think it's heavily shorted. I'm going to come out of this now. Oh, also, I don't know if you guys were able to catch my my video, addressing the Zkin stock situation. I had some people that accused me of being paid $40,000 to pump Zkin. Let me tell you something. Maybe this is a bad taste joke, but if I was going to get the kind of backlash and hate for making this video, at least I would have liked to make money on it because I wasn't even paid. I just got smoked for absolutely no reason. But if you didn't see that video, I did not get paid to pump Zkin. I have literally thousands of unread messages in my Twitter and Instagram. Like, I try my best to get back to people, and I just have no interest in that. Right? So I usually work from 6 in the morning until like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. The only reason I'm not at work right now is because my eyes were so messed up. But in case you were wondering, I do still get the occasional person that asks about that. No, I was not paid. All right. NASDAQ might be taking a bit of a steamy dump right now. not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. It's a big steamy dump. NASDAQ is getting smoked. NASDAQ is down. Actually, the Dow is down a little bit more, but it's getting schwacked. That's rough. Just received an email from Robinhood that you can open new option positions on the day your options expire. What does that mean for squeeze? I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Let me read into that. I want to see that. If you have a link, let me know. Robinhood options rollover. That sounds like a rollover. Options email. Maybe on Reddit. If anybody has a link, let me see it. That would definitely help out. These kids struck gold again 15 hours ago. What is this? SOS, no interest. No interest in that company. I made my dollar off of SOS and I'm walking away very happy. Guys, my personal opinion, I know that Tyler investing, he does not like SOS long-term, and I do not like SOS long-term either. I haven't made a video talking about it yet, but I did some deep digging, and that was a stock that I found out about from a guy called Mcash on YouTube. And I don't, I've got nothing bad to say about him, but I think that a lot of the stocks that he's covered have kind of been caught for some shady stuff. So sometimes I wonder. He blew up crazy fast. I don't know if you guys follow Mcash, but holy Toledo, when was his first upload? Oldest upload. 3 months ago. This dude started 3 months ago. How the heck did he do it? That's insane. That is absolutely nuts. January, February. Guys, we're almost coming up on my 3-month anniversary too. That's crazy. I started my my YouTube channel December 16th of 2020. Cheers to everybody that was one of the OGs, and cheers to everybody that's new to the channel. Great to have you here. All right. My friend who works on Wall Street has 370,000 shares of KG, number one hemp energy drink. He told me buy and hold for 5 years and thank me later. Thoughts? So I don't know anything about the company, but your buddy on I don't know. I want to see if there's anything about this that stands out to me. Okay, so the total revenue, 312,000 as of Q3 of 2020. Gross profit, 90,000. Not very good margins. They're pretty tight. Marketing administrative expenses, pretty high, which is good. That's a good thing to see. Annual, they grew a lot 2019. But I want to know why they're such a cheap company right now. Why are they trading at 3 cents on the OTC market? Let's look at their max charts. Well, I'm not going to believe that. That doesn't seem right. What the heck? There's no way these guys were at 5,000. So my guess is because of a reverse split or something. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. Regardless, it's getting a lot of unusual trading volume, the last who knows how many months. I bet you there are people that come into this and scalp it because there's just nothing happening here. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe this will be one of those 1 in a million stocks like ALPP. ALPP was one of those 1 in a million stocks. The same thing happened. These guys were trading at literally less than a penny and went up to $9. Maybe it's not 1 in a million, but dude, I'm so bummed because I bought a CLWD and I flipped a coin between CLWD and ALPP, and look what ALPP did, man. That would have been so dirty. That would have been life changing. I could have retired. Could have retired. Oh well. Can I check Bio? Actually, I would have never retired. I couldn't retire. I'd be so bored. I'd be way too bored. So, Bio, unfortunately, is the product of the tech industry and the pharmaceutical industry getting smoked. I really do believe this. You can't cherry pick these stocks, guys. So I know that we talk about Bio on the channel, and it's getting smoked. It's getting beat down really bad. But every stock is getting beat down really bad. BNGO, the big player, like the penny stock that everybody went nuts about back when it was at 50 cents, right? This got beat down, right? Zoom, got beat down. JagX got beat down. Nano Dimensions, a stock that I don't even really cover on the market, right, that often. This is getting beat down. It almost hit $20, and now it's a penny stock again, you know? X-Zone, this stock hit 60-something dollars. Now it's at 30. I'll tell you what, I'm not selling this. I'll probably never sell this. This is a stock I love, but bio, you just gotta be patient. The tech industry and the pharmaceutical industry are getting smoked right now. It's just gonna take time. Keep a macroscopic perspective. Honestly, my friends, if you were worried about your portfolio right now, what I would give as advice to you is to literally turn your phone off, turn your computer off, and just don't look at it for the rest of the day. If you don't have dry powder laying around, you're not planning on making any buys, just step away from your computer. It's not worth it. It's not worth it because you're just stressing yourself out over literally a blip. Like, look at this. Look at this. In terms of where we were on this setup, right? This is probably where we are right now. This is where we are right now in comparison to where we're at right here, right? What happened after this? A week later, you won't even think about it. You'll be thinking, God dang, I'm so pumped I bought for that cheap because I'm up a huge, huge, huge amount. I mean, you get the picture here, guys. I would just not sweat it. Do not sweat it. This is going to be a blip. Macroscopic lens, my friends. Macroscopic lens. We gotta think long term, right? We're not trying to get rich in a day. If you want to get rich in a day, go play the lottery. That's not what we're doing. This is institutional and long-term investing, right? So just be careful. Just be careful. Just don't look at your portfolio if you can't handle it. And I don't mean that in an insulting way because I've been there, right? Just don't look at it. Maybe this will help you out. This is my portfolio right now. Today, I'm down $3,000, 10%. The entire market's getting smoked, and I'm not sweating it. I just don't care because I know what I'm holding is going to pay me off in the long term, right? So just keep that in the back of your mind. Let's go back up here. All right. There we go. Got her down. Scrolling back up, trying to find where I left off. Where was I? I can't find my last super chat. There we go. All right. Bio. All right. I bought $50 play for long term. What do you think as a short to midterm play? I've never even heard of that. Dave and Buster's? I think there's better stocks out there for short term, but long term it's good. For sure. For sure. Fintel and Ortex info for SLGG. I'll take a quick peek. I don't know how I feel about this guy still. I just don't know. He's actually made some good calls with stocks. I've fact-checked a couple of his stocks. They did pretty well. I don't know, though. There's just something about him. Whoa, when was the last time he uploaded? What the heck? Oh, never mind. That'd be why. I thought he hadn't uploaded in a month. I was like, geez, that's crazy. I feel like his videos used to get more views. I wonder what happened. If anybody knows what happened with Mcash, I haven't kept up with him in a minute. Interesting. But anywho, I'll come back here. Sorry for wasting your time. Coming back here to... We'll check out SLGG. I don't feel like it's a heavily shorted stock, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's not. 29.4% utilization. Cost to borrow. That's actually pretty high, though. Days to cover is low. I'm really surprised by that cost to borrow. I didn't expect to see that. So there's a little bit of pressure on short positions right now, even though there's not a lot of them. We'll check it out on Fintel, though. SLGG, baby. I suppose I better type in the whole thing. I can never type. Every single time I talk about this stuff. Can't stand clickbait thumbnails. What am I clickbaiting? Live market trading and price action. That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about stocks, man. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Oh, maybe you're talking about Mcash. That could be it. I don't know. Beats me. Anywho, pretty heavy short volume yesterday. I mean, 24%, 18.9 million. That's pretty high. 200,000 total short share availability. Cost to borrow 18% as of 51 minutes ago. So I would guess you saw a little bit of a squeeze on SLGG, but unfortunately, they are the victim of a massacre in the market right now. They're getting, oh man. Actually, they're holding up pretty well, but still, they could have ran a lot more if the market wasn't getting just squeezed to a living pulp. Yeah. 9.9% borrow interest on AMC, baby. You already know what it is. I bet it's actually higher now. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just check an update. Well, she is loading. She's loading. Come on, baby. There we go. 9.9, 250,000, hasn't changed. Not a lot of crazy action happening right now today. I think today's going to be a pretty quiet day in the market, unfortunately. There's just not much to talk about. Everything is getting pretty beat down. It is what it is. How's RKT hanging right now? RKT's not doing too bad. It's holding okay. I like that George W. Look at that nasty George W, guys. Guys, do I even have to say it? Come on. Do I even have to say it? Do I even have to say it? George W. Just beautiful. All right. Go check out AMC here really quick. AMC has what looks to be a George W. Foreman. Trading below the VWAP, so on a day-to-day basis, it's a little bit bearish. Looking for a bounce here. So we want to see that bounce off of support right here. It's about 778. We got a large buy wall at the bid sitting at about 775. So a good order there waiting to fill. That should hold up the share price pretty well. So that's what we're waiting for. But it's not sitting too bad. When the short interest rises, is it only for new shorts? No. Short interest fluctuates day to day to day. There's not a locked rate. That's a risky take with shorting a stock. I hope all is well, going well with Medical Brother. Can you tell me what the trend lines by the hour coming from 22 January to today could mean? Too coincidental. Are you referring to AMC, man? The trend lines by the hour, so the hourly candles? '22 January. So let me see if I can see what you're talking about. So what we had here is a ascending level of support, broke that, right? Now we're in a downward channel. So we're in a little bit of a slight sell-off. Market's down today. Market's a bloodbath today, I should say. It's not even down. It's just getting smacked. It's getting smacked hard. And it's just a down day. I don't see what you're talking about with the 22nd of January. I might just not be reading this right. Let me know if you can explain that a little bit better, and I'll check it out. Trade for day trading a cash account, 25K. I heard you have to wait for the T2 settlement. You do. So if you're playing on a cash account, your cash is not settled immediately. You need to play on margin. Otherwise, your cash does take that T2. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Baker Image Group, JD, thank you, my guys. Archie says, look at KMPH, cost to borrow over 50%. I saw that. It's insanely high. It had a crazy day yesterday, but it's down. It's getting beat. I mean, it looks like almost to a T what Rocket did, sadly. Actually, Rocket's holding really well. I'm genuinely impressed. I still think that Rocket has squeeze potential. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think. I think if you sell your position in AMC or GameStop, you're messing up. You're messing up big time. But I think it's got potential in the short term to pay you a pretty decent penny. You're right. His name is George W. I love it. John, I haven't missed your super chat yet. I'm getting to it. I'm reading them in order. I promise you. LLNW. Is LLNW a buy right now? I've traded the stock for over the last few years. Buying dips and selling the rips. Got it around $2.80 to $3 and sold at 6 to 7. Cheers. Dude. That's the way you do it, man. Buy the dips, sell the rips. What do these guys do? Limelight. Yeah, they're a tech company. Tech company's just getting smoked. This is a big opportunity, I think. I'm going to check them over the last year. The only thing that I don't like is they're on a really harsh downward trend right now. And there's no level of support to hold it up. So we don't know if that's the bottom. We just don't know. I think once you know it's the bottom, you'll see a green candle move up like this. Right? Once you get that daily engulfing candlestick pattern, that's a pretty good day trade. Or not day trade, swing trade. That would hold you pretty well. Did I just see that MVIS is in the 12s? Oh, God damn it. Mavis, I didn't even mean to swear. Mavis, don't do this, my girl. Ah, I love you. I love you, but you're making me mad. Oh, she's getting smoked. We feel bad for our girl Mavis, man. We feel bad for our girl Mavis. Oh yeah. Are you averaging down on EH or letting it ride? I have 10 shares at 62 average. EH, man. I averaged down a little bit. I added to my position a small amount, but I bought him with like 500 bucks. Not a lot. Not a lot. Oh, sent it to inbox Jake Waza. Thank you, man. I'm sorry it took me that long to get back to that. I try to read everybody's super chats. Jake Waza. All right. See if I can find this. Jake. Let's see. Just to make sure that I'm reading that right. Jake Waza. All right. Jason. Colin. Tendy. Tendy Locator. I like that. Jake Waza. I don't see it yet. I wish there was a way I could search through my my messages. Oh, there it is. Just kidding. All right, so this is coming from Jake Waza. Your information is covered up so nobody can see it. So we've got the NASDAQ and AMC. Dang, look at the similarities, man. That's crazy. That's insane. That's like picture perfect, exact same setup. The only difference that I'm seeing is these that double top. That double top's a little more gnarly on the NASDAQ, but it's pretty much the exact same movement. You can see that, right? So look at the George W's there, man. They're the exact same. AMC actually has a lot more strength than the NASDAQ does, in my opinion. Because the NASDAQ has had a straight sell-off. This consolidated for a while, sold off, bounced really hard, and it actually had an ascending George W, whereas this was a pretty neutral one, actually descending by a little bit. So that's not bad. I don't mind that at all. Good point, dude. Good point. You know what we're going to do here real quick? We know what we're going to do. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. We got to find, we're going to come back here to AMC. Take a quick peek at the daily price action. Oh, man. What if? Check this out. Check this out. What if this comes? Because you know what that is, don't you? You know what this is, don't you? It'd be a George W. It's a, I don't even got to say it. Come on. You don't have to say it. You don't got to make me say it. Guys, this is going to be a screenshot. I'm a simple man. It's the little things in life. Oh, I always forget. I have to hold it. All right, there we go. I'm going to save this. I didn't realize I had my sound on. All right. I'm going to post this to Twitter, man. Man and woman. Daily AMC candles. You already know what it is. GG. We got to add that. We got to add that GG. There we go, man. We're cooking with Crisco, baby. Solid. All right. What's good, Trey? Back again. Need advice. I've got multiple call options for $40 in AMC for tomorrow. What should my exit strategy be regarding these? Oof. I'll be honest, man. I don't see it hitting 40 bucks tomorrow. I just don't think that's going to happen. The good thing about those $40 call options is they are very cheap, right? So your premium on those is not bad. And what that does is, the potential was that hedge funds and the market makers and the clearinghouses have to delta hedge. They have to purchase shares for collateral to match the requirements for those call options, right? So if you have any intrinsic value left and you want to, keep that value, it's okay to do that. As I just don't see it hitting 40 bucks. It's not going to expire in the money. What's your thoughts on AGTC? Bullish, long-term bullish. Don't even look at the day-to-day. My opinion with AGTC is you need to take this day by day and add to your investment as much as you possibly can, right? So long-term wise, this will treat you well. It'll treat you well. It's not something that you want to day trade. A year from now, I think it's going to be a $25 stock. Butter bar, you know what it is, man. I take pride in that. LTs always get lost. Oh, the next guy already said it. That's good. Maximus says, admit that you were going to get lost, LT, so you dipped out before they had to send a search party. You know, it is the way. It is the stereotype. It is a stereotype. PLT are carrying me. Oh, I didn't? Well, I better delete that and start over. That was goofy. What a silly chicken. What a silly chicken move. Alright, we'll fix that. We'll fix that. You know, actually, I'm going to send this over to, I'm going to send this over to the AMC Discord. By the way, if you want to check out the Discords, the AMC Discord down below is absolutely free. That is, that's not my Discord. I don't own that. If you do silly stuff, there's rules in there. I know that some people have gotten banned for breaking the rules, so just be careful. But I also have the link to my Discord in the description box down below if you'd like to check that out. If not, that is cool. It does cost you $5. It'll bring you over to the Patreon. Keep it cheap because I want to keep it real with everybody. There's absolutely no reason that I'm looking for money. Just want to you know, keep it available for everybody. So that's what I'm rocking. That's what I'm rocking, my friends. And it looks like my computer is lagging. All right, there we go. I'm gonna come over here to the Discord. Drop this in. Bring back to the chart. Palantir's not sitting too bad, man. Oh, that's a daily chart. It's still up. That's so crazy. I mean, it's having a sell-off, but it's holding. It's holding pretty well. All right, so see if I can scroll this down here. That is being so laggy. I gotta drop this in to show some love. GG. George W. You already know what it is. Ah, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I love it. We're straight chilling, baby. We're straight chilling. All right, coming back to the live stream. Gonna check out AMC. Not much happening here right now. It is sitting at about $7.84. The entire market is a bloodbath. As you can see, the NASDAQ, we will pull this up here really quick. NASDAQ is getting smoked. Dow is down 1.8%. SPY is down 1.3%. NASDAQ is down 1.7%. Dow is getting really... Oh, that's not the right Dow. This is the right Dow. This is down 1.3%. Man, gnarly. Way to stay humble, bro. Nah, man. We're just chilling. We're chilling. Thank you for the super chat, though. I appreciate that. Go. Check the shorts. My free WB stocks for AMC. Dude, that's what's up. That's what's up. I did check out Go. Hopefully you're able to see that. Trey, I sent you a link to a Fort Sill flyover on Instagram. Gary Baker, I just sent a super chat, but not sure it showed. I got it, man. So I'll check that out. I'll check that out on Instagram. I'll do that right now. I don't want to expose anybody's account, so let me just pull this up. Come on. All right. Let's see if I can find it. Not popping up yet. I need to figure out why my computer has been so slow. My computer's been giving me some really bad problems lately. I think I gotta scrub it or something. I think I've got some data issues. Or RAM issues, I should say. I will check that out, though, man. I appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot. Palantir is holding up really dang well right now, man. AMC is sitting at 789. Looks like we might get a little bit of a reversal. I don't mind that. We got a triple bottom. Look at that nasty triple bottom right now. Got a nice engulfing candlestick pattern. Looking for a break over the VWAP. Break over the VWAP will move pretty solid. All right. Max, thank you, my man. I appreciate that. I'm going to try and scroll these down. Hey, Trey, I love your vids. I got to scroll back up so I can read that again. Do you think it's smarter to pay off debt first or use that same money to invest and potentially pay off debt even faster at a later date? Great question. I've been asked that a couple times, and my personal opinion is this. So it's okay to pay off debt, right? And I don't think necessarily that you need to pay off all debt before you start investing. In fact, if everybody did that, doctors would never have any money in the market until they're 35 years old, right? And if you invest in the market, you can make enough money, as you're saying, to be able to pay off that debt. Now, don't get that confused with not paying off your debt, right? You need to meet those minimums. And if you have extra cash laying around, take care of that first, and then make sure that from there you can put extra money in the market or your savings account or your Roth IRA or whatever it might be. So just keep that in the back of your mind. P123, that's funny, man. I appreciate you stopping in to throw shade. We're straight chilling. All right, Devin, thank you, my man. Chris, can you check the squeeze potential on Sensonics? I don't know that SENS is a heavily shorted stock. I don't. I think you're looking at Sensonics the wrong way. This is a long-term stock. This is one that'll pay you off in the long run. Be patient. Be patient. AMC to Beyond. Putas Ultra. Oh, man. I love that hero reference. I love it. I'm wearing the Naruto shirt if you haven't seen already. Guys, by the way, if you don't mind dropping a like on the video, I try not to ask this too often, but it really does help support the channel. It is absolutely awesome. It does mean a lot to me. So that would be absolutely phenomenal. Thank you. All right. Infinity Graphics. Guys, I think I'm almost out of water. Look at me. Look at me go. Man, I usually don't drink this much water. That's insane. TEO. It's pretty choppy price action. I personally wouldn't touch it. This is really in a downward trend. It's been in a downward trend for a long time, since literally December. I don't know anything about the company, but that's just not a setup that I would look for. They're not growing. Their financials, bad. 2019 has not been a good year for them. Their quarters have been bad. I would stay away, personally. Would you sell MVIS to rebuy when the NASDAQ settles, or is it too risky? I personally would rather average down, because I think it's impossible to absolutely time the bottom on a stock. I think it's tough. P123, dude, I put up with you insulting me for this live stream, but I'm not gonna let you insult my viewers. We don't do that around here. Guerrilla Gang's chilling. You don't gotta come in here and just and insult my viewers. That's where I draw the line. You guys can come in here and bash on me all you want, but don't do that to my community, as I will mute you. All right. Is scalping bad for taxes due to movement? So scalping, take it for what it is. You can make some good money, but you do get taxed more tax on that investment, right? So for the long-term investment, you get taxed 0% up to a certain amount if you hold it for more than a year. Whereas with a short-term investment or a mid-term investment, you get taxed 10% regardless, and then it continues to go up the more money that you make. So keep that in the back of your mind. You do get taxed more, so you want to make sure that it's decent gains for sure. SLGG, please review for us the flow toward institutional ownership, etc. Yeah, we'll do that really quick. SLGG. All right. So what are we peeking at? SLGG, institutional ownership. Pintel. 7.91%. Not bad. Not bad. That's not too bad. No recent buyers as of late, but that's a pretty decent institutional ownership. I look for at least 10% typically. Gesundheit. Man. SLGG. We're gonna look for the insiders now. SLGG insider. Maybe. God dang flabbit. Carlos. I actually do have a video out on that. I see people asking if I can make a video about what the heck that is type. I do have a video about profits. I could make another one, but this was about, let me see if I can find it here really quick. I gotta set up my channel. I'm trying to work on my homepage a little bit, make it a little better. But I do have a video on this, so let me find it. Where is this? Taking profits is what it's called. Profit taking 101 right here. 1 week ago. If you want to check that out, it's a 32-minute long video. It's very well detailed. I put a lot of time into it. If you want to check that out, that is what is going to be good for you. So I'll copy the link for you and I'll drop it in if you want to check it out. If not, that's cool too. I'm straight chilling. So here's a link. If you want to watch it, go ahead. If not, we're straight vibing, man. Everything is good in the hood. All right, FinTel Insider Trading Report. What do we got? Total insiders 10, directors 7, total offices 5, 6.48%. So it's not bad. It's not a crazy amount of insider ownership or institutional ownership, but that's not bad at all. I don't mind that at all. I think this is a play that you're kind of beating the hype on if it does end up playing out. I want to see more about it. What I like about Super League Gaming is that gaming is an industry that is like finally really starting to become profitable and is moving. So I can see a future here. And to double down on that, I think it's AESE. Yeah, I think this company's going to do something too. This is moving alongside with SLGG, and nobody's talking about it. This is a stock that my friend Marcus pointed out to me yesterday, and I think I'm gonna make a video on this down the road. It's a good way to diversify the portfolio a little bit. I think it's gonna have a future. I really do. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you to Scott. Any thoughts on VSTO? So we'll check this out here really quick. Vista. What do they do? I think these guys are based out of Minnesota, if I remember right. Minnesota, the homeland, man. Kachiga. All right, I'm done with these stupid jokes. Anywho, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. No, I'm just playing. This is really bad. It's selling off. It's selling off. You like that sarcasm? Anywho, I wouldn't touch it yet. I wouldn't touch it. I'd wait it out. This is being sold out pretty hard. Wait until you see the NASDAQ have a bounce. A bounce. God dang. You can tell that I'm just spaced. My mind is doing some goofy stuff. My eyes are starting to hurt, so I apologize. These glasses help a little bit, but staring at the screen definitely doesn't. I'll stick around for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to call it because I'm starting to get a headache from looking at the screen. So I'm going to read off 5 more super chats and then a couple more from the comment section here, the chat bar. And I'm going to recognize everybody that dropped some cash and donated. Don't feel like you have to, super chat now, please, because I might not have the opportunity to recognize your question. So just wanted to make that transparent as I am a little bit behind here. So thank you to Sarah. Hey, Treyder, did you find anything about NVOS from yesterday? So NVOS, very, very, very heavily shorted stock. I have not found, what it's going to take, honestly, is people to get attention to this. Nobody knows anything about NVOS. I am from Minnesota. I saw people asking that. I lived there for about, from 5 years old up until I was 23. For a very, very long time. And now I'm living out in Oklahoma. But the potential is there, but it needs a catalyst. It needs a catalyst. It needs something to get the price action moving and something to get people excited. And this hasn't happened yet. What's happening with AMC today? Market's down, man. The whole market is down. I really, really do urge you. I'm guessing that there's some people in here that just started hopping in the chat, but please, please, please keep a macroscopic perspective, guys. I mean, we just can't focus on these day-to-days. If you do, you're just doing it wrong. You're doing yourself a disservice because the entire market's getting piss-pounded. It's bad. Like, everything's down. Look at the NASDAQ. This is always what I refer to. NASDAQ is down 2% today. This is the third straight red day in a row. And how, you get the picture. You get the picture. Keep a macroscopic perspective, right? AMC being down after the NASDAQ has had 3 red days in a row. This is going to happen. It happens, right? Just don't freak out. Don't freak out. The game is the same. Rito made some change off this. Still running. Really? Dang, look at that. That ain't bad. That looks like a really solid dip buying opportunity. Honestly, I might take a little bit of out of RKT right now. I'll rock it. You like that? You like that? That was a really bad joke, but it was funny. That made me smile. I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to watch. This is just a correction. You're right. You're right. Rito. Interesting. Too many cookies. Invest in chainsaws and cocaine. So I'm watching this really close right now. What do we have right now? Downward channel, a little bit of a sell-off. I was looking for a double bounce here. I was looking for a George W. So the setup that we had, right? What do we have? We had this bounce, and we had this setup for a bounce. We didn't get it. It ended up breaking. So right now what we're looking for is a hold over the VWAP. This is acting as support, as you can see. I don't know if it's going to do it. I'm not sure yet. I don't feel confident in saying that. It's in a downward channel. So we want to see a break over this descending level of resistance. It's kind of a squeezing down on this pennant formation. Volume is pretty high. It looks like it might hold it. But I don't feel comfortable saying that yet. I want to see a two lows high close. It looks like we got it. Right now we are, that's the end of that candle. That's sitting pretty good. We'll rock 650. I'm watching. Rito is Chinese, beware. Well, the good thing about trading, my friends, is that the fundamental value of the company does not matter. You don't invest in a, you don't trade a company based on their fundamental value. You trade it based on a technical setup. So that's what you're waiting on. Rito is a Chinese company, probably works with CCP. I don't know about that. That's on KMPH, ADHD. KMPH. So I'm going to wait on that for now. I think it's a good long-term stock. I actually made a couple of bucks off this yesterday. Did a little scalping. Yeah. I like them. I like them. They're a biotech company. And they're actually holding up pretty well considering the whole industry is getting smoked right now. Except for the fact that they went up to 21 bucks and now they're bleeding. But regardless, I think they've got potential. But for now, it looks like it's a pump and dump. Picture perfect. Picture perfect pump and dump. Gonna come back to the 1 minute. I want to watch for a good entry on this, and I don't know if we're gonna get it yet. This is getting laddered down pretty hard. SLGG at 672. Ooh, this could be a good dip buy. So what I'm looking for is a break over this descending level of resistance, and we got it. I feel pretty comfortable with this. I'm gonna take a swing for a recovery. Filled at 670.1. So we got the break over this descending level of resistance. That is a good momentum ride. That means that we should be out of this downward channel for now. So what are we watching for? We're watching for a break over significant levels of resistance, which we see right here at about 673. Again, right around here at 696. And then the VWAP. So if we get back over the VWAP, that's in microscopic bullish territory. So not too bad. Not too bad. Hey, Trey, hope you didn't cover this already. Thoughts on KRKNF? Fundamentals seem good. If anything, cool name, right? KRKNF. I don't know anything about the company. I'm going to briefly look over this because I do have a position that's active right now. Oh, Kraken. Oh, yeah. Max Mars talking about this stock. Really, really choppy price action, but the technical analysis setup, pretty ugly. But it's got potential. That's a good question for Max. Max Maher has covered this a lot. A lot. Rito got the bounce. SLGG sitting at 670, 669. Watching for that push. I think I feel pretty comfortable with that bottom right there. We got a bounce right here, followed by another bounce right here, a small one. Looking for that push over 673. It broke out of that descending level of resistance. All right. HSC Gaming, thank you, my friend. Does SOS still have potential? I think as a short term. Trey is a dead cat. Nah, man. I'm a live ball. I'm still kicking. Today is a bloodbath. It is. 100%. It's been a tough day. The NASDAQ is down so bad. It's getting smoked. What do we have on the NASDAQ right now? 2.7%. Jesus Christ. That's gnarly. Ugly. Not what you like to see. AMRS, what are your thoughts on it? I have not checked it out, I'm going to be honest with you. It's really tough, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's tough for me to give you like a fair valuation, like a fundamental and technical analysis valuation in a 30-second period. Looks to me like a pump, to be honest with you. AMRS looks like it was day traded. Really, really crazy heavy volume. It seems like a lot of it was held, which is good, but I just don't know anything about the company. I wouldn't touch it yet. I would wait, especially with how red it is, unless you're gonna get in and out. If you're gonna get in and out, I don't mind it. I don't mind that then. That's all right. This whole week has been a bloodbath. You're right. You're right on the money, man. It's been crazy. We've been getting beat down. And it looks like SLGG got that push over 670, 673. It's at 678 right now. Not sitting too bad. That's a long wick. Might have been a false break, but this might be the beginning of a upward trend, which would be solid. I would not mind that at all. How's the NASDAQ holding right now? That's been a pretty solid indicator of what's to come. So we're looking at the NASDAQ on a minute chart. That'll give us a pretty good idea. NASDAQ is still taking a big dump. Just getting smoked. Jeez, look at this huge spread. Down from $12,800 to $12,300. That's so gnarly. Ah, it's so frustrating to see all our stocks get pooped on, man. It's just so sucky. It's so sucky. You don't like to see it. You definitely don't. I'm loving this discount on AMC. Oh, man, everybody is. Everybody is. I've been adding my position in AMC just about every day, guys. I think I've got about 1,600 shares right now. Let's check it out. Total position, 1,650 shares at $849.9. Great time to buy at a discount, baby. Is AMC a dead cat? No. Whole market's getting beat down. The entire market's getting crapped on. All right, so let's look at what we got here on SLGG. How might this play out? We had a head and shoulders pattern, head, shoulder, shoulder, neckline, right? Bled off. Now we got that bounce. It does look like we found a bottom, right? It's starting to move at 685 right now. Looking for a push up to level of resistance, which would be about $7 in my opinion. Level of support right here, George W. Level of resistance right here. Oh, and it came. 703. 704. That was a solid buy, man. Look at that. It's not sitting too bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. Man, a lot of volume must have followed through on that little push. How do we email you? Trying to get your email for Tyler Wilson. Hey, thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. So my email is right here. I'll drop it in the chat bar. This is for business inquiries only. If you'd be respectful of that, I do appreciate it. But I did drop that. Feel free to give that to Tyler. I did message him on Twitter, I think. I sent him a tweet. But that's definitely a guy I want to bring onto the show. He's awesome. He's awesome. All right, I don't know if this is your baby, but is this a good a good bottom to buy? It looks like it just broke a support. The entire market has broken support, man. The whole market did. I mean, if you look at the NASDAQ, they had an ascending level. I'm going to show you this on a daily chart. Check this out. NASDAQ broke their daily support, their daily candle support a while ago. And that's what you're seeing happen. It's just getting crushed. Everything's bleeding. The bottom will come. This is not going to last forever. I promise you that. I promise you. We can't exactly time the bottom on anything, right? Nobody can. But what we can do is continue to dollar cost average down. So if you got $1,000, right, maybe you want to put 200 or 300 bucks into NVIS today and wait for tomorrow and see what tomorrow brings. If it's green, maybe pay a little bit more, right? But if you don't, right, then whatever. You get to average down even more than you did before. So that's huge. Just be patient. If with your long-term stocks, they might not always move day to day, right? They're long-term stocks. I truly do believe that Microvision is going to pay you back really handsomely in the long term. You just got to wait it out. That's my baby, man. I've done more research on that stock than any other stock in the market. Easily. I love it. It's my favorite stock. Newbie here. Should I be worried about being down 50% on my portfolio? Robert Paredes. I would say it just depends on your strategy, man. If you're a long-term investor or a swing trader, that changes the game, right? So a long-term investor, no. That gives you an opportunity to average down, get your stocks at a better price. Swing trading, I would take my losses. Swing trading, if you're down 10 or 15%, that's when you cut it. That's when you take your money back and try and put it somewhere else. So that's my personal opinion, man. But long term, no, I wouldn't sweat it. When people get scared, that's when it's time to get greedy. That's my opinion. I know the market's not fun today, guys. I know it's not. I know everything's a bloodbath, but we got to keep a macroscopic perspective. Look at the NASDAQ, right? Down 2.7%. Second day in a row, we're almost down 3%. This is a crazy, crazy pullback. I mean, when we look at this, look at the comparison to what we saw in the previous, correction back in October and September. It's honestly, I would say even more of a pullback than that. And we can find out right now. We can just go like this. How much is this retraced? And pull this line. About the same. So if that's the same sort of pullback, it should be just almost over, but who knows? It's tough to say. We can say that it's already retraced just as much as this previous correction, though. That's good to see. Sitting at 693 right now, waiting for that push over that final level of resistance at $7. That's what we're watching for on SLGG. So I will only cover one of those three stocks that you just mentioned there. LJ, AZS, CLWD, SNPW. I will check out, I've never seen AEZS before. AEZS. Is this an OTC? No, it's an NASDAQ. How about that? I wouldn't touch it. It's bleeding too much. It's bleeding too much. It looks like a pump and dump. Must have had crazy news one day and then just got crushed. I don't know anything about the company, though. If I knew something, I would tell you. It's a pharmaceuticals, so it runs off of news. And you're going to be waiting on news. So if you anticipate some sort of pipeline product coming out soon, that's what I would watch for. If you get it, then that's good. But I just don't know. I don't know anything about that company. I don't like the technical setup, though. That's not a setup that I'm looking for. All right. My AMC resolve has never been stronger. To the moon. You already know what it is, brother. Thank you, Ghost. What happens in that scenario if Hedgie can pay to cover their counterfeit shares and declares bankruptcy before he can pay? Who pays? The bank, government. So Hedgie will not declare bankruptcy. They're not going to go bankrupt. Melvin Capital might, right? Citadel might, but these aren't the clearinghouses. These are the, and maybe they are. Who knows? I guess I can't say that for sure. But I don't find that likely. They're going to have to pay up. They're going to have to pay up. You get paid. You don't get screwed on that, right? So, like, think about this. If you declare bankruptcy and you have to foreclose your house, somebody pays for it, right? So you will be taken care of. At the end of the day, right, you're not getting screwed. You're not getting screwed. SLGG is not doing too bad right now. It's moving pretty nice. I don't mind this. I don't mind this setup. Sitting at 713 right now. Pretty nice little bounce. Volume is starting to pick up again. RSI sitting at 64. Now what are we watching for? We're watching for a test of the VWAP. Breaker with VWAP should come with a pretty hard move. Should be pretty solid. So I'm going to take a little bit off the table here and lock in some of these profits. I'll take off about 40 shares. So I took 40 shares off the table, still rocking with 195. I'd rather take some off the table and leave some. That's okay with me. I don't mind that. I do not mind that at all. All right. So thank you to Eyes Wide Shut. Can I look at CPE? I'll come to that in a second. I'm watching this right now. I'm going to try to answer questions that aren't related to just the stocks. Love the content, sir. Thank you for your service. I love listening to you every morning. Thank you, Big B Diggs. I appreciate that. So I'll check out CPE very briefly here. Just wait. I want to watch this. I think it's going to hold that pretty well. I feel like every single time I check out another stock, it just bleeds immediately. It always happens to me. But CPE right now, getting beat down with the market here today. Had a nice run in the morning. Nice pre-market. I'm assuming it had good news, and it did. Man, that's actually some really nice growth. I like that a lot. This is holding up really, really well compared to the rest of the market. And it's got a beautiful ascending level of support. I think a great entry point here is if it comes back down to that $27 range. I wouldn't buy right now. It's a falling knife. Don't catch it. Don't catch that falling knife. Wait it out. Wait her out, baby. All right. NLST. So we'll check that out for Aaron real quick. NLST. Net list. OTC market stock. Be careful with these. In terms of retracement, I'd be pretty interested to know. Retraced pretty well, 50%, right on the nuts. So that's not bad. I like that, but we haven't seen it bounce yet. So just be careful. Be careful. You want to see a green candle that shows a significant bounce, and we just haven't gotten it yet. So just be cautious. All right, I'm gonna watch SLGG pretty close here now. I see it sitting at 698. Bought in at 670. Want to make sure I can lock in those profits. All right. So I'm going to read off 2 more super chats, and I am going to call this. I want to eat some grub. Been going for about 3 hours here, and now I have to pee, I'm going to be honest. I got to piss. So we're just going to read off a couple more of these, and then recognize everybody that dropped the chat. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in. If you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel. Guys, Gorilla Gang, drop some gorillas in the chat bar. It is absolutely awesome. I love everybody here. I literally took the time to watch this live stream with me, and it's pretty huge. Your thoughts on the MVIS news? Was there news? Did news just come out? Oh, yeah, the news regarding their management. It's huge. That's huge news. I like that a lot. That's really, really good news. Nothing but good things to say about that. We who are about to cheers salute you. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Former U.S. Navy nuclear electrician. Hey, I appreciate your service, brother. Seriously, that means a lot. Can you please give my brother Nate Murphy a shout out? We love the content and we love the stock. Hey, shout out to Nate Murphy, man. Hope that you're rocking. Hope you're cooking with the Crisco. It's absolutely awesome. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. Hakuka. Trey, do you think SENS will react much to their earnings report today at 4:30? I sure hope so, but to be honest with you, I don't think so. Because all stocks have just been getting slapped, even if, right, they had good news coming. The whole market's just outweighing it. You know, the market being bearish right now is really screwing up everything. So I just don't personally think so. I'm going to read off Nicholas, and that is going to be the last super chat that I read here today. Then I'm going to recognize everybody else that took the time to donate. Hi, Leon. So we'll check out Hi, Leon really quick. Hi, Leon. Taking a beat down. I would steer clear for now. I would steer clear for now. It's in a really harsh downward channel. You're looking for a hold. Yeah, it's broken all support lines. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it. That's game over for me right now. Trey, my girlfriend just got dumped. She told me that you should start an OnlyFans. Oh my, that's funny. That's funny. You guys don't want to see that. You guys don't want to see that. I promise you. I promise you don't want to see that. That makes me laugh though. You make me laugh, dude. Thanks for that. SLGG getting ready here to test that VWAP out. Sitting at 721. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I like that. I like that setup. Not bad. It looks like it might get it. Sitting at 725. 26. Bought it at 670 for 195 shares. That was a pretty good dip buy. That was a pretty good dip buy. I like that setup. That wasn't bad. I think SLGG could be a long hold, but I want to do more research on it before I say that. I'm just scalping right now for a quick gain. Right now I'm up 114 bucks after I took some profits on some other shares that I had. So after taking profits on about 40 shares, that is what I'm up right now. I just like locking in profits. I do own AMC. I own a lot of AMC. I own 1,650 shares of AMC right now. No. I did not sell my AMC. I promise you. All right. Trey, advertising is so important to blow up quick. Oh, man. You know, I've never advertised. I personally, I just don't like doing it. I don't like doing it. It makes me feel weird. Makes me feel weird. I'd rather just vibe. You guys know me better than that. How could you think I'd sell AMC? Come on. I'm a gorilla. I'm a gorilla. I got these freaking gorilla hands that are diamond hodling the crap out of that thing. Nah, dude, I'm not selling AMC. I'm not selling AMC because I don't think it's a dead cat. It's not a dead freaking cat, guys. I'm telling you. I'll cover it every day until I die. Until this thing squeezes, because I have so much conviction in the potential for that stock. I truly do think it is going to do what it needs to do. Yeah. All right. So, beautiful. All right. So, if you were to sell a put on AMC for Friday, what would it be in your opinion? I don't play puts. That's my personal preference. I just don't like doing it. It makes me feel weird. I don't like shorting companies. I don't like devaluing a company in order to value myself. That sounds silly, but that's just my thing. Matt Coors said he was offered 5K, ignored it, 10K, ignored it, 20K, and he said he's still going to ignore it, and he won't take that either. Hey, that's awesome, man. Dude, I respect that a lot. Honestly, dude, it was such bad timing. That Zkin thing, dude, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I got so much hate for that. over something that I didn't even do, which is really, man, at the time, what was stupid is Marlon and Ryan were going nuts. And I got so many people asking, Trey, should I buy into this? And I don't like chasing stocks. So I was like looking for a good blockchain play that hadn't run much. And that was the stock that hadn't. So it is what it is. What do? You never know. All right. Where was I just at? I forgot. Why am I spacing? Oh, SLGG. I can't see it on my recently viewed. That was weird. Sitting at 718 right now. Had a little bit of a pullback. Not stressing too much. It's still respecting that ascending level of support. I'll probably take a little bit off the table once it goes above the VWAP again. All right. MVIS is sledding. See at the bottom? I love that. I can see AMC and MVIS literally going to $0 and that'd still be a big beast gorilla gang. Dude, MVIS will be a powerhouse. Wait it out. Take every opportunity you can to buy that thing for cheap if you believe in the company. Because I think that is the stock that I've got the most conviction in out of every stock in the entire market. I love them a lot, for sure. I'm going to read off the rest of these super chats and recognize the names. I know that I can't read off everybody's comment. I really do apologize. I try my best. But I am going to recognize everybody. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you to everybody that commented in the comment section. Drop some gorillas for me. Really does mean a lot to me. It is absolutely awesome. Zoom out. Look big picture. AMC is not the only thing going down. Exactly. You got it, Roar Man. You got it. 100%. So thank you to Gregory. I got to scroll back up. I want to make sure I hit everybody. Gregory was the last guy. Holy Toledo, man. It's so tough to keep up with these. I really do try. All right. Thank you to Gregory. Thank you to Dreaming Green Logistics. 620, Chalfonte, Brian, Brennan, Breach, Michael, Illy Will, Z Werewolf, Rick, Kenan, John, Blue Falcon, Becky D, Adriel, Geek Easy, Cultra G, CCC, Nick, Teague Nash, Professor, LJ, Ty, Keith, Jared, Amazing Stats, Jason, Todd, Cool as Larry. I'm not gonna say that, but I like the name, dude. Jay, Nathan, Gary, John, Bucks fan, Jason, Culture G, Brandon, Notorious Dub Gaming, Murgoy Marius, Brandon Dale, Hella Dabs. I like that. Kitty, Big Boy Living. James, Jonathan, David, Mike G, Claudio, Son, Ricardo, and that is what we got here. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. I really do appreciate it immensely. If you don't mind, drop a like on the way out. Consider subscribing, the whole 9 yards, yada, yada, yada. You already know what it is. That is what I've got for you guys on this live stream. I will catch you on the next one. We'll be back here later today. Take it easy, my friends, and peace. George W. I see some people asking about that. Now I can head out. Take it easy, my friends, and peace.